Hello, welcome back to another episode of SDS. The rightful heir has reclaimed his throne.
Yes!
No more F-Dog. No more S-Dog. It's H-Dog today. Yeah, we're ready to host the PL Roundup. That's your favorite topic. But actually, I'm interested, you know. I'm going to put a poll out on X. Yeah, let me know what your guys' favorite topics are. Do you love PL Roundups? Do you love drafts?
That, bro. Tell us on X, who's your favorite host on this damn table, man? Is it Hasib, is it Sharky, or is it Fuad?
And let us know why Liaz has never hosted as well. So that's another one.
Someone asked me today, they said, you think I'll ever host on SDS? I said, nay.
Did I notice as well? The last time we had this table as well, Fuad interrupted Fuad's internal monologue, and now you did the same thing.
Yeah, man.
So fair enough, thank you.
Get to the meat and potatoes, man.
Okay. Oh, you're taking the British things now. Fair enough then.
Come on.
Well, welcome to the Premier League Roundup. It is an interesting game weekend to talk about because we have a lot to discuss. There is a 9-goal thriller that happened between Liverpool and Tottenham. Manchester United and Bournemouth, let's say that was an interesting result. That's the reason we have Liaz, and that's the reason that we're going to let him speak a lot on that segment because we need to talk about Ruben. And obviously Arsenal of one of the 3-point collectors, and City lost.
Hold tight.
Again. So, before I begin, this is the table full of vice captains. So we're going to have a great episode today. And my first vice captain is Star Player.
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you, guys. Been a while, but it's nice to be back.
It was always nice to see you back.
Thank you, man.
No problem. And opposite you, we got Faisal. What are we saying, El Face?
El Face.
Good to be here, thank you.
Yeah, a little humble face today.
Thank you, man.
And if you haven't heard him already, we got next to him, we got Mr. Liaz. Shout out to Liaz.
Y'all keep calling me too many times now, bro. It's like the third week in a row, bro.
I think this is your 6th upload in a row. I think that's what it is.
Don't I look tired right now?
Pedri, this is Pedri.
This is Pedri during the Olympics, bro. The bar is so bad, honestly.
By the way, are you free Christmas Day?
Oh, yeah.
If you want to check us out on audio, Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon's in the description. If you're listening to us on audio, check us out on visuals, SDS. Let's begin with the first game. 9-goal thriller, rather. Liverpool beat Tottenham 6-3. That's the reason that Fuad's not here, because I'll be real, I feel sorry for this guy at this point.
Bro, you could.
I don't know what's happening.
Sorry to the audience. I know you wanted to see Fuad's face, but
Yeah.
you can just watch an episode that we did maybe 3 weeks before.
Yeah.
He's going to say the same thing.
He's going to tell you the same thing about Ange. Listen, let's get into this game because obviously Liverpool saw Everton and Chelsea. They did Chelsea drop points in their title race. And right now they seem to strengthen their hold on the top of the league, but they did it in electric style, in my opinion. That first half was incredible. They went, was it 2-0 up?
Yeah.
Trent with that first cross towards Luis Diaz.
Vintage strength.
Yeah?
Vintage strength.
I can see that next season when Trent does that to Mbappe. I can see that.
No.
Mbappe with his head, don't joke about
The difference, Mbappe will miss that.
Okay.
Mbappe will miss that.
Oblak will save it. Oblak will save it.
Mbappe will be offside.
Yeah, that's true. Then they went 2-0 up, but then Maddison did pull one back. Did you guys think it was a foul on McAllister?
No, I didn't think so.
He didn't check his shoulder. It's just
Check his mirrors. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what you need to do. You need to check your mirrors, and that's what happened. And then they made it free. That's the thing. Andrew's probably saying, okay, it's 2-1 right now, guys. Let's get into halftime 2-1. Let's rebuild for the second half. They just see Salah running towards the goal, and then he assists. Who was it again? The third goal?
Szoboszlai.
yeah.
Szoboszlai, by the way, just want to say he had an excellent game.
Great game.
Incredible game. First half came. In second half, Liverpool blew them away. Like, what more can we say about Liverpool this season? I know Arne Slot has transformed this team.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to take the floor about this game in particular? Like how well they think Liverpool played? What do you think?
You know what's mad? Yeah, their attack was really good, but they still conceded 3. If that makes sense. Regardless, I know the game was done more or less by second half. Still conceding 3, even if it was garbage time. I just felt.
I think the last two.
Hold on. Every week I'm with you on this segment. You find an angle for Liverpool, and there's like, is this something in the future that they could slip up? Is this where Arsenal could capitalize? Are they starting to
I'm not.
Is this your angle for this week?
No, it's not. So I'll tell you why.
You're right. Hold on.
Hold on.
You're right.
It's true.
The last time us 3 was on the same table.
Yeah.
We spoke about Liverpool. I think they won convincingly.
Yep.
Your excuse was Liverpool's done it at home, but not away. Now they've gone away.
But I hear it. It's Tottenham. Lads, it's
I'm real. Anyone
City can do it.
City.
Don't joke with that one, brother.
But obviously, no,
City this
Spurs,
season.
but Spurs and big
But,
team.
but it was, it was City at their ground against anyone that plays Spurs at home. They've got a chance of winning the game. Who did they play recently? Fulham, I think they nicked. What was it? Fulham drew there.
Ipswich got their first one of the season.
Yeah, coming from like
Even
Spurs,
the Southampton one, but that was a rotated side, so I don't.
I'm definitely giving Arsenal and Liverpool credit. Like they professional job. Like they knew, okay, cool. We're not taking a foot off the gas, kind of thing. Like if we can score 5s and 6s, 7s, whatever.
They could have scored 10 today.
Yeah, I'm coming from.
Call it what it is.
And
They
that's the
could've
one thing.
scored
That's
10 today.
generally one thing I do like about Liverpool. You know how like certain teams they might be up. Who was it? Spurs when they were up 5-0 at Southampton, but they didn't like.
They were up 3-0 midweek against these guys.
To be fair, they took off Son at halftime against Southampton.
That's what I'm saying. But they obviously 5 is amazing, but they could have easily got 10 for goal difference, whatever. Liverpool, they don't care. They don't. Whoever's in front of them, if they score 7, they will score 7.
But the 2 goals which they conceded, I think, was just them sloppy. I think just being complacent because they knew the game was done. They knew it was 6-1.
That's not a good sign though. If they knew the game was done, then you want to
Yeah, I know,
keep your
but just,
stranglehold in the game. You want to keep your goal difference.
Look at you, man.
Well, I'm the host. I'm being objective here today. I'm asking questions.
But you men are desperate for one little mistake
Why
from
is it
them.
you?
man.
I'm not concerned about the mistakes. Gonna happen. They're gonna draw somewhere a couple of times. I know that. So I'm not too worried about that. It's just we've got to handle our own business. But let's not talk about that.
No, it's not about Liverpool.
This is Liverpool. It's Spurs.
Liverpool fans have tuned into this segment,
Literally,
and they're saying, "Why are you talking about Arsenal?"
I know.
Give us a plus.
All I said was Liverpool won convincingly. I was just shocked that they conceded 3.
But I don't think that's the main talking point from this game. I can't lie. The 3 goals are like.
Bro, we could talk about
no
that.
impact on the
Tottenham's 3 goals, actually.
No, if you want the main talking points, obviously it's how bad Tottenham
As
was
you said last
against-
time, can we have some tactics, please?
Wow.
No, my whole thing is I just don't think to start it off to talk about the 3 goals that they conceded. Like they didn't impact the game whatsoever.
No,
At no
I would say
point
the game was
done and
at
done.
no
was
point
done,
in this
man.
game did I ever think genuinely
They were coming back,
Spurs were coming back.
no,
Because
1,000%.
even when they looked like they could score, that's the thing with Spurs. And she plays a very adventurous style.
yeah.
He wants to attack. He wants to be on the front foot. They're so leaky in the back that I never thought at one point Spurs are going to outscore Liverpool.
No.
And lo and
There was
behold,
even a few goals, if I'm correct, where they scored from a Tottenham attack.
No,
It's literally
1000%.
one long through
Yeah,
ball.
yeah.
That's it. And obviously, Jota had
defense is
that
the best form of attack.
last 5 minutes.
But
as well.
it's what Leah said. I think they could have scored 10 literally at
1,000%.
some point. I love
Yeah.
how Gakpo and Diaz, they keep rotating between each other. Because some of the goals, like Leah's last goal was him moving centrally. One of his...
Diaz or Diaz?
Sorry, Diaz. Sorry.
Could be Leon as well.
Hey, that's my guy. I'll take it, man.
Diaz's final goal was him moving centrally. Like, they keep rotating.
Yeah,
The midfield is perfect. Like we can talk about so many stand-up performances. And one of them, I think you mentioned earlier, Szoboszlai.
Bro, he was.
unreal.
Fair play to him, man. He deserves a round of applause. Oh wait, it's the vice captain's job actually this time. Who
But-
do you think deserves the round
But he
of
has to
applause?
pick carefully
Yeah.
because that's been
there's
couple
a lot
players.
of guys.
How about in that case? How about we shout out the players who's done well and then give him the option?
Okay, yeah.
I think Soboslai's the right place to
This is
start.
Szoboszlai.
why it's a table of vice captains. You see that phases now.
Yeah.
Nine. I like
No,
that.
there's
That's all
definitely-
everyone's in tune together.
Like,
We'll do that.
give shout outs to those players and then he can make a decision towards them.
Okay, let's
But
give a shout out to
Szoboszlai,
Szoboszlai, yeah, give a little
I
bit
think
of
he's
credit to
been criticised
A lot.
from last season,
Yeah.
even beginning of this season. But
I think it was rightfully so at the time as well.
But I think
For
he's
the
managed.
price tag he came in and everything.
True,
so,
but I
yeah.
think he's managed to find the right system, and now this new position and role of his
This
is
false
him.
9, right? Yeah.
Him being more advanced, which is what he wanted. I think last
Yeah,
season
he
on
did
the
that at
club,
Leipzig, man.
literally he was playing as left on the advanced
Yeah.
on the club
But he's
last
doing
season.
a lot of stuff on the right this game as
Yeah.
well, too.
A lot on the
bro.
right.
Yeah,
Last
yeah.
season, he's playing more a bit deeper, asking
Yeah.
him to do things which he's not
They
coming
try
to
and
do.
make him play the Henderson role, like as his replacement. Try and make him do the Henderson role, but
Which he isn't.
We know he wasn't that.
Which
so.
he isn't.
I think Soboslai came into the league, and I think everyone assumed that he was going to be like another Bruno Fernandes, to be honest.
Yeah.
With you. Like
Yeah.
high chance creator, good shooter, because that's kind of like the traits he showed at Leipzig, and I think it just didn't work out the first year. But this is where, again, I think you have to give so much credit to Arne Slot in
Facts.
terms of he comes in, he profiles and identifies his players' strengths, his weaknesses, and Soboslai for me is just the latest guy that Slot has improved.
Yeah.
He improved Gakpo, in my opinion. I thought Gakpo had a really good game today. He
He's another
improved
person.
Luis Diaz in front of goal. Trent looks like a more able defender. Curtis Jones looked really good in his cameos. And for me, Soboslai is the latest one. Bro, that guy can run for days. His industry is crazy.
Yeah.
Like
Insane.
he might be one of the best athletes in the Premier League.
Facts.
Like the amount of ground and the amount of distance he covers over 90 minutes is ridiculous. And today,
Absolutely.
I thought like he was unselfish. There was a time where he was one-on-one. He passed it to Salah for
Yeah.
open
I
goal.
think him and Salah's partnership as well.
Yeah,
There's well.
No,
They're getting better.
I thought, like, look, there was a lot of great players today. For me, the one I was most impressed by, and it's also based on the fact that he has had hard times, was him. And I think since he came back into the team for Curtis Jones, I think it was against Southampton, his first game back.
Yeah.
For me, he hasn't looked back. I thought Newcastle, he had a good cameo.
Yeah.
Last week, he had a good cameo. And today,
The goal
is, like,
against
the next
Southampton,
one.
the goal against Southampton, I think changed a little bit for him because I think it unlocked maybe the drought which he never scored.
Yeah.
And the moment he got that goal, I think, as he said, he's never looked back. His partner, I think, next to him has done very well in McAllister.
Yeah.
And I think McAllister, I think people look at Gravenberch, and I guess he deserves high praise of what he's done.
Yeah.
But I think McAllister has been as good as Gravenberch. But for me, more important in that midfield in terms of the build-up. That goal,
think so?
I think Gravenberch has been a better midfielder. It's like I always do that with Real Madrid. I think Jude is our better midfielder, but I think Fed is the most important in forward defense. I think with Liverpool, I think Gravenberch has been the better midfielder, but I think McAllister is the most important midfielder.
Is that because obviously Gravenberch, when he came in last year, he won that great, and now that he's actually picked up from what he's picked up and gotten better, especially this season, where now we're looking at as a new and improved Gravenberch. So obviously it's more heightened the fact he plays better, whereas McAllister, like you said, where
he's been consistent,
he's been solid wherever he played, the 10, 6, 8, whatever, and obviously no one really bats an eyelid going, oh, it's a typical McAllister game. So you're right in terms of that. Like the plaudits will always go to Szoboszlai today, obviously Gravenberch another week, but the one solid and consistent performer out of them lots. So was McAllister.
And then you got Mohamed. I think
we should devote a little segment for him.
I think has he
deserves his own segment.
I can give you the stats now.
Because the comment, sorry, go.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mohamed Salah is the first player to reach double figures for both goals and assists before Christmas.
That's nasty,
in
man.
a Premier League season in the history of the competition. Salah's also that's literally
That's one more. I think the commentator mentioned it. He's now the all-time Premier League goal scorer. For Liverpool.
For Liverpool.
For Liverpool.
Oh, actually, I didn't see that one. I saw that Mohamed Salah is the first player in the competition history to score 10 plus goals.
Robbie Fowler?
And provide 10 plus assists.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think so.
No, but he probably has more goals for Liverpool in the Prem than Robbie Fowler, because I think Fowler he has some time at
two
City.
teams, yeah.
All-time
I don't know if
goal scorers
if the commentator is a fake fact
I mean,
from him.
every game, Salah though he keeps climbing up that table in terms of top goal scorers.
He's been there for a minute now. Premier League goal scorers 170.
170.
Did he surpass anybody with 2 goals?
The second is 128.
That's Robbie Fowler for Liverpool.
This is just Premier League, so I don't know. Maybe just a separate stat, but he deserves that performance itself as well.
Yeah.
I think he deserves a little segment himself. So who wants to start that? I mean, that's your guy, innit, Mohamed,
man. I just think this season, I think he just zoned in. I think
contract year.
We keep saying contract there, but I think Salah Salah's been every single season. I think his lowest ever season was him finishing with 19 goals, which speaks volumes of how consistent he's been. I think he knows he's got his eyes on the Ballon d'Or. And I think he's the front runner of the Ballon d'Or. And I think he's looking around his competition. That's no one there. Vinny's been injured. Rodri is nowhere to be seen. And I feel like he knows himself, if I maintain this and if I continue the level which I'm doing right now.
And if his team wins.
And if his team wins, which I think now looks slowly and more likely, I think he's putting himself in a position which 18, 19, he wanted to be in there. But I think he could have maybe been in the top 5, top 6. Now he's got one hand, I think, on that Ballon d'Or.
But it goes back to what you said. I feel like the contract situation does definitely it does actually impact it, because like you said, because if you already know you're potentially this could be your last season, I might as well go out with a bang, perform and show the Liverpool board there's a reason why you re-sign me. Like, why is it taking so long? Like I said, the numbers he's put up, the impacts had at Liverpool, the contributions had within that team. It shows that I'm not washed. I'm still the Mo Salah that came in at 18, 19 and turned up from then. I've been going, 6 years consistently putting up 7 years consistently putting up crazy numbers.
He's making it impossible for them not to offer him a new contract.
And it would be the most ridiculous thing if they never gave him a new contract.
100%.
It would be. I mean,
and he's looking at it going like, I'm gonna leave. Realistically, in my opinion, he's looking at it going, yo, I might leave Liverpool as the greatest ever Liverpool player to come out.
Yeah, I mean,
in the Premier League history, bro.
Give him.
He is, in my opinion, he is.
He is, but Liverpool fans, I think,
that's always the funniest thing for me, right? Yeah. Because Liverpool fans will push Salah, but for me, I've always said this: until Liverpool fans are willing to have a conversation with themselves, is he greater than Gerrard as a Liverpool? It's hard for me to take Liverpool fans seriously who say Salah, if you're not even willing to put him above Gerrard. They have to.
It's one of their own as well. So that's what I'm saying.
That's and to be fair, Gerrard's an unbelievable player. 100%. If you think Gerrard, but. That's you're basically, what's he being capped at? Your expectation of another guy.
Yeah.
But I want to give credit to Slot as well too for this one, right? Because we talk about Salah contract here. I agree with Faisal. Salah scores goals every single year. Salah has never had an off season at Liverpool per se. So Is he being motivated by a contract? Maybe, but also, I look at the way Slot is utilizing him this season. I was looking at Salah's heat map after the game. He's playing way more centrally and way closer to goal in this game, for example, than he has been in the last 2 seasons. Where for me, he was playing way more out wide and kind of deeper as well too. So Slot for me has identified that Salah is his best goal scorer. He's his most productive guy. Get him as close and centrally to goal as possible, so that you look at a game like this. Yeah, Salah, okay, he had a great game today, but you look at his big things, their tap-ins, their passes for open goals and stuff like that. It's the simple stuff. And
he's always at the right spot, man.
He's always in the right spot.
Yeah,
his anticipation is incredible.
Amazing.
His instincts are incredible. But also, I think Slot deserves credit as well, too, for identifying, let's remove Salah from doing all the wing play stuff. Let's stop him from basically hugging the touchline. Get him as close to goal as possible. And you have the most productive player in the world doing this week in, week out. He's reaped the rewards.
So every week, bro, he leaves. Even if, I think last game, there was one game where he had a Southampton, 60-minute. And then out of nowhere comes with a goal and assist. He now is guaranteed that every game you are expecting at least an assist
1,000%.
or a goal from Salah. And he's right. Last season, Klopp used him as bro, you drop deep, collect the ball. He basically expected a lot from Salah, which Salah can do it, but
I think it's because Darwin Núñez came in and he wanted him to facilitate more for Núñez. But for me, Slot this year has returned him back to being closer, being more central to goal, and he's
helped him with having Gakpo and Diaz rotating, which helps Salah in the sense of the pace and the finishing and the IQ. Darwin, I think. We all know how he is as a player, but in terms of Diaz and Gakpo, they've got more IQ to understand movement, and which benefits Salah.
Klopp was kind of forced to do that because there was such a record signing for Liverpool, so he had to force Núñez in the team to make it work.
100%.
1,000%. It was more, also, in my opinion, it was more off as well because obviously Salah's getting older, so they probably thought, you know what, we've got Diaz, we've got Núñez, that's fairly young, we've got, like I said, Gakpo. Is that transition of, we're going to try and make these guys be the pillars of Liverpool going forward.
But I think that was the wrong thing to do because you look at Slot now, look, he has younger players than Salah, but Salah is his main focus point. And I think this is the issue of modern day fans a lot of the time. It's always about, the future. We got to prioritize a future. But sometimes they're prioritizing a future that might not even exist. So, for example, we're talking about Núñez. Núñez might, the way it's looking, he's probably never going to work out at Liverpool. Yeah. So you were prioritizing, or you were trying, you're basically sacrificing a segment of Salah's game for this idea that Núñez might work out. When you have Salah already, he should always be the priority. And I look at the way they're looking at the contract stuff. Forget about, if Salah falls off, we want to prioritize a future. You have Salah now. Prioritize him, give him the contract, and literally ride the storm. See how long he goes for. As long as you have him, you're going to be a title challenger.
And with Darwin, Liverpool fans have now lost faith on him.
I think they have.
What's his third season in?
Third season. They've lost, and they're more than happy.
I think he's just a better impact player. They accept that.
£70 million impact player.
They've accepted the fact that this brother's not going to work out for the club.
1,000%. Bro, you could tell even today, the game was like 5-2, 5-1, whatever at one point.
I think Slot knows.
He played him the last 5 minutes. Him and Harvey Elliott came on like the last 5-6 minutes of the game. Obviously, his substitution before that was Curtis Jones and Jota.
Yeah.
If, like you said, someone that you put faith in, you're not giving them 5 minutes.
And it's not like Slot hasn't given him chances. Like the Newcastle game. The Newcastle game, I think, is when Slot looked at him and said, okay, this is where I'm going to cut it off.
Masalam.
It's a Masalam thing. I gave you chances, you're not repaying it. And that was a bad miss, the where he, Gakpo, I don't know who headed it inside the goal, and then he could have easy tapping. He missed it. Yeah. But I think it's done.
I want to say, though, my man of the match was Trent. I thought Trent was man of the match. And I think this season, Trent's been really, really good. And again, I keep saying credit to Slot, but credit to Slot because I think he's improved his defensive game. And Trent has talked about
Son couldn't get any joy against him.
Son, his 1v1 game is cooked anyways these days. But Trent, to be fair, Trent in the previous years we've seen him get beat by players that we wouldn't consider. So fair enough, I take that. But
it's like you said, he honed into his defensive ability because I felt like even when he was young and he came into his Liverpool career, he was a decent defender in terms of defending against wingers. He wasn't bad at all. And then, like you said, once he started to get more attack minded, he was pushing.
Yeah,
for me, like defensive liability kind of thing. Like you said, and then you know how the social media world is like. They hone into.
Trent, I've always said Trent's not a bad defender. In fact, with a lot of people, I feel like defending, like you have to be really bad fundamentally at defending to be considered a bad. You have to literally not even know how to square up to your man.
You're a cone basically.
But for me, Trent has never been a bad defender because you look at him, he's a good athlete. Yeah. He should be able to defend. For me, I've always said he's a lazy defender. He's an optional defender. I often feel at times he loses focus and lets guys run off him or whatever. But when he's locked in, Trent has shown that he can defend some of the best. I've seen him not lock up, but I've seen him defend well against Rafael Leao, for example. Yeah. That's a tremendous player. Yeah. So I think that side of his game has been there. But I think this season, if I had one criticism of Slot, I feel like the way he's utilized him and the way he's kind of built the team has kind of hindered Trent's from allowing to be like the creative version of Trent that we've seen in the press years. I don't think we've seen that as much from Trent. And to be fair, they've been winning, so it doesn't really matter. But today, I thought this was like Klopp Trent again. Like the passes he was playing, the diagonals all the way across the pitch, the cross to Luis Diaz is like perfect, bro. Like that's a cross you expect that from De Bruyne or like Beckham or something like
that.
It's
right on the money for him.
But I think it helped having you facing a team like Spurs, which is going to give you the space,
the high line,
give you the high line, which allows now Trent to do what he wants to do.
Cash money for him.
I mean, let's talk a little bit about Spurs. I mean, obviously you're talking about Salah's Ballon d'Or charge. But remember Fuad said on the watch along, Kulusevski Ballon d'Or charge this season.
I feel bad for Kulusevski.
He was probably the only player that was trying to make something happen.
He's always the only player for them.
I know majority because I have liked Dom Solanke this last couple of weeks. He's popped up. He's being he scored a couple goals. He's involved in play, but like you said, where it's Kulusevski a bust.
I think going into the second half, and for me, he should have immediately made that Maddison change and put Kulusevski back in the middle where he's been striving this season.
And what I don't know, the one thing I don't understand with Ange, I don't know, maybe because it's injuries or anything, but he went from having Brennan Johnson that was hot, coming on to be an impact sub. Whereas
it's been a couple games.
Well.
It's been a couple games now that he's been on the bench.
I've watched it and I'm like, yo, like this guy's one of your best goal scorers, best attackers of your club. Why are you giving him limited minutes now compared to before?
And I think Andy Man, heading into this game, they knew.
Oh yeah, they were leaking.
They knew, but I look at Ange, and again, we can say so much about Ange, and I think we've said enough. And I don't want to repeat what everyone has said, but I look at Foster after we did against United. Surely, at that Spurs under 23, under 21, under 19, 17, 15, 13, whatever it is, fam. Surely, there must be one Donny, fam, that can at least do something. Promote him.
But I feel bad for Forster, though, bro. I don't feel bad. Let me tell you why I feel bad for him. We know he's incompetent. I was at the game in midweek. He's finished. Forster's finished. Forster at one point was a good goalkeeper. To this day, Messi, he calls him like an alien, basically. He says that performance against Celtic, it's the best I've seen.
I still don't believe that. It must be Robinho. He thinks it's going United.
Messi called him like an alien or some shit like that. So at one point, Forster was a good goalkeeper, even for Southampton. But clearly, I was at the game midweek, bro. Him and Bayender were going bar for bar. Worst goalkeeper in the game. They were going goal for goal. But this is why I don't understand. Romero is out. Van de Ven is out. Vicario is out. That's the core of your defense. And already Spurs are an open team. This is my criticism with Pep, who we're going to talk about, and it's my criticism for Ange. At some point, bend your morals, bend your philosophy, adapt to the players that you have. You're not always going to be able to play your dream style of football. Facts. At some point, if you are clearly hurting, you're playing an 18-year-old midfielder at center back. You're playing Dragusin, who I need to know who scouted this guy for Spurs, right? Because I don't like to insult players or whatever, but this guy is so far off it in terms of playing. Already, you look at the way Spurs defend. It's high, it's fast, it's brave.
And he needs to as well.
Dragusin is a truck, bro. He can't turn. He's like a mid-2000s center back. He's good in the air, he's strong, he's aggressive. The minute you play a ball in behind, or the minute someone runs off of him, it's finished.
And you know what?
Speaking of Dragusin, he needs to sack his agent as a
Oh, I remember that.
Because he rejected Bayern, fam.
Oh, he would have been cooked at Bayern, though, bro. The way Bayern play highline.
I know, but
how can you be a team like Spurs who play basically at the halfway line? They allow mad chances, and Dragusin is your center back. You're setting him up to fail. So you have him, you have an 18-year-old midfielder playing at center back, and you have Forster, who's cooked. As a manager, how on earth can you justify still playing the same style of football? No shit, they conceded 6, bro. They should have conceded 16 today.
You know the thing about Dragusin as well, what made me die when I was watching the game, like, you're meant to be like the senior defender out of that back two. You're the one that should be helping Archie Gray in this situation. Archie Gray was the one that was more composed.
I felt for both. They got exposed.
Bro, he looked at it going, yo, I feel like I'm more of the senior player. Like that goal where Soboslai flicked it on. He was in acres, like Dragusin was in acres.
But Archie Gray had a bad game too, though. Archie Gray didn't play well.
You know, Archie Gray, I don't mind it at all because one, you was brought in to be a midfielder. in the Premier League. You played Championship football last year. You didn't really play much or out at all for Leeds when they were in the Prem. And now you're telling him to come in and play against Liverpool. But my point
is, I get that, right? That's not my I feel for both of them. I don't blame either of them. Dragusin, bro, I'm telling you, is a center back. 20 years ago, would have been playing for Sunderland in a deep block, bro. Yeah. Just heading balls outside of his box. He's that kind of center back. You're playing guys in positions they're bound to drown in. So how can I blame Dragusin for playing in a high line facing against this Liverpool team? There's no other.
No, you're right. You're right. Because in my head, I'm looking at Ange going, you know what? My squad's depleted. The whole lot, like you said. Play a back five.
Be more pragmatic.
Yeah, but pragmatic. Play a back five until the January transfer.
Can I read some stats for you? Yeah. This is Ange Postecoglou's Spurs team defensively in December. Here's the stats. 12 goals conceded. It ranks 20th in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Wow.
85 shots faced. That ranks 20th in the Premier League. 37 shots on target faced. That ranks 20th in the Premier League. 13.5 expected goals against. That ranks 20th in the Premier League. 25 big chances faced. That ranks joint 20th in the Premier League. They're the worst defensive team in the league for the month of December because they've had all those players. At some point, I can't blame Dragusin and Archie Gray.
You're talking about they're worse than Southampton.
They're worse in the league. Every one of those stats, they're 20th in the league,
But that's what I'm saying. And Southampton are diabolical. Bro.
City have 1 win in 12. They're better than these guys defensively. So this is because Romero and all those guys are out. But naturally, bro, when you lose your players, you adapt so that the other guys don't have to come. Dragusin cannot come in and play the same way Mickey van de Ven does. It's common sense. That's one of the fastest center backs in the league versus one of the most sluggish center backs in the Premier League. Romero cannot play like Archie Gray. That's a little boy compared to a World Cup winner. Adapt. And he's not willing to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Change it to 5 at the back. Change it. Ask him to play,
just
bro.
drop the line,
drop the line. Kick the ball out when you get the ball. But at the same time,
like he said, it could have been 10. He's lucky. He's lucky it wasn't 10.
Jamie Carragher said that in midweek, basically, because the game against United, it was very similar. United are just too shit to capitalize, but they could have lost that game as well too. Yeah. And Jamie Carragher is basically saying, football these days, these guys are all like robots. They all have to do the same thing every time they get the ball. We have to play up high. We have to play out the back. It's like we're trained like robots. He's like saying, why can't Ange change it up? Why can't Ange adapt to what he has? And Ange comes out and basically says, well, are you not entertained? I hear it. I like Ange. I like the way he thinks football. In a dream world, I would love for most teams to play like that. But this is reality. It's not a dream world. Those stats are real, bro.
Do you think he's that secure within his job and at the board?
I don't think
where he's allowed to make this many mistakes.
For his own sake, I hope he is.
Because you've seen it as well. You've seen it with Eric Ten Hag. You've seen it with other managers where, like you said, when your form's not great and you're leaking so many goals, something's got to switch. You can't like you said, you can't plug and play certain players where you know they're not the profile of the way you play football. Like you said with Dragusin, whatever. I wasn't happy with their midfield as well. Usually I'll be like, okay, cool, you like the Basuma Sarr thingy, but that hasn't worked. I feel like Basuma's past his time. Liverpool, majority of their attacks started from the central. Every single time, one line break and they're through, bro.
Gomez directly into Soboslai's feet from center back to midfield, goal.
Do you know where I'm coming from, bro? And that's what I felt sorry for. Obviously, I didn't think Dragusin or Archie Gray, whatever, were that great. But still, how easy it's to cut them open. Yeah. Even against United in the midweek, same thing. One pass in the middle, a turn, that's it. You're gone.
You're going to say something.
To answer your questions, but just towards the Ange thing, I don't think he's now secure at the point like last season was.
I think the fans are not secure, but I think the board, is giving him his back.
For his own sake, I hope he is, because that's the only reason he could justify playing this way. In case Daniel Levy has told him, it doesn't matter what happens, we're sticking with it.
But I think a trophy. But I think he put himself,
because semi-final of the Carabao Cup, it's like, yo, you better win this Carabao Cup.
I think he put some pressure now. You have to win a trophy. You said what you said about, I have to win a second trophy. You've got FA Cup, Europa League, which to be fair has got a very good chance, and now another Europa League. If he doesn't win a trophy, I think he's out.
I think so, but I think he's out. 16 years without a trophy. This is what confuses me about Tottenham. It's like, you bring in Ange, he wants to bring his identity, he's bringing this expansive, fluid football, and you're, okay, cool, he did say that, I always win a trophy in my second season. Even if he doesn't, why should he get sacked for that?
Because
Mourinho didn't bring it, Conte didn't bring it, so why does he get it?
I'll tell you why, because Mourinho and Conte, when they were at Spurs, they weren't sitting like 13th and 12th.
I mean, Jose was at one point.
Towards Jose, but obviously,
didn't Jose just get Europa League on the last day or something like that? Conference League.
Yeah, he was celebrating when they got Europa.
Yeah, but obviously,
not my goal.
No, you're.
Your goal's got 1 in 12, man.
Who's my goal?
I don't know. Arteta at this.
There he is. Sorry,
but obviously, regarding your point, what I'm saying about what you call it with Ange. It's there's no backing, like you said, in terms of he has no credit in the bank to deserve this much.
What happened?
That's crazy. Yeah, that's a crazy slander. Your girls go 1 in 12. you know how that is saying. If Pep has got 1 in 12.
1 in 12 is crazy. 1 in 12 is crazy.
No, but obviously regarding that, I don't know how Ange has that much credit in the bank to be allowed to play this. But I feel like even in the year of 2024, I think they're like bottom 4 in terms of statistics defensively.
They've been bad.
Forget about this season
even
in general.
The results over the last calendar year.
The only time they were good was the beginning of last season for like a couple months.
Yeah. Remember at the Emirates when they came to us, I was like, oh wow, this.
They went 10 games unbeaten, whatever, and from there it went downhill. And I don't know if it's to do with him, because the one thing I do feel sorry about him, I felt like the transfer window wasn't catered to him. I don't think they got into his profiles because
they went young.
They went young, bro. They went young. So they brought back Timo Werner. They went young and thought, you know what?
65 million on a centre forward, though. Huh? Let's not lie.
No,
he also got the support of Timo Werner.
Bro, Solanke's the only one that's been positive realistically out of it. Obviously, Odobet's been out. Bergval's getting scrap minutes. Archie Gray's playing in a position where he doesn't want to, but he's forced to. In
hindsight, it was a bad.
Where I'm coming from. So I'm looking at him going, and obviously, the one thing, Ange is like, I want to say Maresca, but he's putting up a brave face. He's like, yo, you know what? This is my biggest opportunity because I was at Celtic the year before, whatever. I'm just going to be a yes man and just run with this. And to prove that, I don't know what's to prove.
I've got a question for you. Who are you giving?
Let's to end the segment. You had a lot of players today. Who you giving the round of applause to?
Salah, Trent, Curtis. No, sorry, McAllister.
Even Onslaught. Maybe a moment in the game.
It could be anything.
It's anything up to you.
For me, man of the match, it would have to go to Mo Salah, man. 2 goals, 2 assists, like, and he created a lot of chances as well. Towards the end, I mean Diaz, when Diaz went for the chip, there was another chance. Like he was a constant headache for them.
Let's move on to the next game. Let us know, Tottenham fans, what do you think of Ange? Should he stay? Should he go? Even if they don't win a trophy this season,
change, man. It's not about going or staying. Change, man.
Maybe he doesn't like change.
Adapt. Well. If you don't like change, you're out the door, bro. I'm sorry.
That really depends on their board, man. I feel like they're content, man.
It's true. It is true.
Can I say one thing before you go?
Go for it.
Kulusevski, you're too good for Spurs.
Yeah.
Don't do what Son did. Don't do what Kane did. Look at what the likes of Gareth Bale and Luka Modric did when they went on to. And I'm not even saying Real Madrid are in for you, but go aim higher, bro. This club does not have enough ambition to match Kulusevski's talent. This guy is, like, with all due respect, I'm a United fan, so we're not even in the conversation here.
Damn.
But there are better clubs out there that Kulusevski can achieve his potential than at Spurs, and I would feel so sorry for him if he has the same fate as Heung-min Son and Harry Kane.
Where can he go? Actually, just quick one.
Kulusevski could play for most teams in the world, bro. That guy is seriously good. For me, if you're making what's best 11 in the Premier League this season, he's a serious candidate for number 10. For sure. He's too good for
I'm thinking, can he play for...
Is he a Galactico?
Like that, bro.
Madrid have a lot of talent, so I won't say
because Lukita came, Gareth Bale came. What, make it free?
Wow.
You make it free.
Please do that. I wish we had SDS.
Yeah, Jonathan Woodgate. Jonathan Woodgate, remember that?
Yeah, back in the day. You know what? Arda Güler needs someone to hold his water.
You never taken an Arsenal player.
You know what? Hold his water.
Hey,
He's the water boy. Güler, hold his water. He's already holding the other guys' water.
Not Arda Güler, man. No Arda Güler slander, say, man.
It's slander.
It's not tolerated, man.
He's got Rodrigo's water bottle on one hand. He's got Vinicius' water bottle on the other.
No Arda, man. Mbappe, because not Arda, man.
I don't see him go anywhere but maybe United, you know.
Kulusevski.
Yeah. I don't see him going anywhere. You know how you said like he could play for anyone?
He's an Arsenal boy, isn't it?
Jotting it down in my head.
A lot of teams have great number 10.
Number so Campbell.
Man City could use him. Man City could use Kulusevski.
If let's say Kulu came to Arsenal right this second, where would you play him?
Where would I play him?
Yeah, because Saka's on the right.
He's number 10 for me. Kulusevski's number 10.
Saka is on the right. Odegaard's the 10.
Kulusevski and then Declan Rice behind him.
Okay, man.
Odegaard is my 8.
You just asked where would Kulusevski play? So
exactly.
Yeah, I know.
I like his answer.
Why? What do you want? You want him ahead of Saka?
I expected a different answer.
What answer do you want, brother? What answer do you want?
Go United, man. The next United. Don't worry, man.
I thought Rin was on the other side. In terms of what Saka's out. That's what Rin would have said.
Come on, man. Let's respect Saka. But let's go to the next game. You did mention it. He might go to Manchester United. Manchester United did play.
I tried delaying it as much as possible.
You can't escape. We watched your watch along. We were there. We saw.
I didn't do a watch along for that game. So what were you watching?
I was watching. I have a CCTV inside the car.
Hey man,
inside. Let me shout out the address now. No, I'm joking.
Crazy.
But why didn't you do a watch along for the game actually? First off,
because he knew the outcome. He knew the outcome. He said it's going to be a Brockage.
And the Brockage was Bournemouth 3.
left wing back. I said, nah, not today, man.
He saw Bournemouth 3, Manchester United 0. But do you know the weird thing about this game is, in my opinion, it wasn't a 3-0 game. I actually think United deserved a little bit more out of that game, but maybe Liz is a bit more cutthroat than me. So
maybe you don't know me well enough. You think I'm not cutthroat?
So I might allow him this segment. Let us know. Okay, Liz, give me like a little bit of insight into this game. United 0, Bournemouth 3. Obviously, Dean Huijsen opened the scoring.
Just a chill guy.
And then obviously end of the first half. In my opinion, the last 10 minutes, you guys played really well. You guys had a few chances. Second half came Justin Kluivert. I think he was the one who got fouled in the box, right, from Mazraoui.
Yeah, bad tackle.
And then straight after that, another minute later, they made it 3-0. And then it was just like,
I really liked Evan Nilsson today as well.
Very good.
Yeah. Even though he didn't score, he was impactful, held the ball up, obviously created a lot of chances.
But the same
Even
way,
an acrobatic strike, I was like,
very good player, man.
the same way we were talking about, of course, I'll learn, but the same way we're talking about slot changing a lot of players. Hey, man. A certain Spanish manager has been changing a lot of things as well.
That's your best shot ever, man. Honestly.
That's crazy.
That's a great show. He came in talking about Iraola. He lost like his first 11 games, and then look at him now.
So he's telling me 21 years of existence, and this is the best thing.
21.
21. Who's 21? You're 21.
Don't fall for it, ladies and gentlemen. This boat is 40.
Hey, don't let the bill fool you, man.
What about the wrinkles? What about the bags under your eyes?
But Liz, stop delaying. It's United for a lost 3-0.
Bro, what's the talk
about
Ruben
Ruben interim?
13th.
We must know.
13th lost the 5th, bro. It's not that big of a shock.
Who's fifth?
Bournemouth. They're the fifth. No, what do you mean? You guys
You should be fifth. And they should be 13th.
Why are you guys laughing? What? I'm being serious. Bro, they're 5th in the league. We're 13th. Why is this a shock result?
I don't know.
The 5th best team in the league beat the 13th. Wow, breaking news.
No, but it's Manchester
Breaking
United.
news,
You can't
bro.
do that.
If this happened anywhere else, no one would bat an eyelid, bro.
It's the fact you've accepted your 30. Like,
It's not about accepting.
Like
it's a fact.
bugs.
We're 13th in the league. It's not about me accepting it or not. Like whether I accept it or not, we're 13th.
No, you know what? There's losing games at home.
Yeah.
But get your pants pulled down, bent over. Like they were paying customers going to that stadium. They were paying customers going to that
That's the
stadium.
second season in a row we lose 3-0 at home to
And
Bournemouth.
then
I'm not even joking. We lost 3-0 at Bournemouth.
They made
last
it-
season one man with 4-0. They didn't disallow the last goal.
last minute. Bro, I don't know what it is yet. With Man United,
I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, there we go. We open them up. Here we go.
I'll tell you what it is.
Here we go.
Yo.
Go for it.
It's like I said a few weeks ago, bro. With this team, I swear it's one step forward, 10 steps backwards.
I love that.
It seriously is. We beat Everton 4-0.
Yep.
Lose to Forest. We beat City in the derby. Lose to Bournemouth. Like, we think we're making some progress, and then it all just comes crumbling down. It's an absolute comedy show, man. Honestly, you look at every one of these goals. I think it's 5 games in a row now we concede off a set piece. So in Arsenal, they have Nicholas Jover, who's like the second coming. And then for us, we have... I don't even know who the hell are whoever it is. They need to fire him.
I think it's
bro.
Abs still.
If it's Abs, we need to sack him. If it's
Abs
Levi, someone needs to get sacked, bro. Someone needs to lose their job. 5 games in a row, we're conceding off set pieces.
I think you're 20th in the league of defending set pieces. You know the Tottenham thing. You're 20th in the league for defending set pieces.
We're horrible, and we're even worse at taking them, by the way. We're just whatever we're doing in practice, stop doing it. Honestly, it's not working. And then, I mean, I keep saying it, bro. Every single week, I feel like I'm saying the same thing. It's just individual quality is just not good enough, man. You look at the goals, like...
Your backline today, though, it was the backline that you've wanted, right? If that makes sense.
Mazraoui, Maguire, Lissandro.
And
I don't think that's the one he wanted.
I don't know if there's a combination of players I want.
Did Joro play today?
No, Euro didn't start.
Okay.
He came on later. But it's like I'm looking at Xerxes, for example. Oh, Xerxes today, bro, the worst player on the pitch. Honestly, United, they have this thing with their center forwards, right? Where one guy starts. So midweek it was Højlund.
Yeah.
Played absolute garbage. Honestly, horrible. Xerxes comes on. He actually looked a little better. So we're starting to think, okay, maybe give Xerxes a run in. Next game, Xerxes plays absolutely horrible. Worst player on the pitch. Comes off, Højlund does a little bit. Now I'm thinking, Højlund next game. It's like a never-ending cycle with these guys. And I said on this pod, we have one of the worst forward lines in the league.
Brighton was better.
Bournemouth was one of the names I brought.
Yeah.
I said Semenyo and Evanilson. Look at them today, bro. I'm not lying to you guys.
I mean, you tweeted as well. We need a center forward.
No, but we need a lot. Honestly, like center forward is for me.
More than that has been
seriously. Honestly. No, center forward. I point out. Bears, man.
No, I can't lie. You man United sold the soul to the Red Devil. I don't know what he gave them back. I don't know what he gave them back.
Real Madrid fan ain't talking about that. I don't know how much you guys have sold to Florentino Perez, bro. Florentino Perez got an infinite deal.
That's the Franco days, man. That's the Franco days, man.
I don't know. Lasts forever, but yeah, for me, center forward, I keep bringing it up because it's one of those positions. I just don't think you can I don't think you can go without a top center forward. Like if your left number 10 is kind of shit, I feel like you can kind of hide that at times. If you have a bad center forward, I feel like that's huge, man. Like I feel like that's one of those positions you can't go without. But yeah, man, like you just look all across the pitch. Xerxes, I brought him up because on the set piece,
9.5.
9.5, whatever he is, bro. He's a 0 today, honestly. I brought it up the other day. It's like he wakes up 5 minutes before the game and then starts playing. And I look at the set piece. He's touch tight to Huijsen. Huijsen makes one move, Xerxes doesn't react. And then he's like, oh shit, my guy.
He's high, bro.
But they're both chill guys.
Huh?
They're both chill guys.
Except one guy scores, the other guy doesn't, bro. Like, one guy's a center back.
But he needs to drop that celebration.
You don't like that celebration?
I don't like
Which one?
The chill guy celebration.
That's bad. Yeah.
It's not chill.
You know how bad it is? He's already been able to use it twice in the center back. He's already used it twice in like the space of a month, bro. What is this, man? She's got to start marking him. And then the second goal, Mazraoui. And you know it's a bad day when Mazraoui, who's been our most consistent player this season, when he starts making errors, that's when you know you're bro. Like, when he starts making those fouls.
Waiting for this day, man.
I've
been waiting for this day,
we finally gave you a few crumbs, man.
Put the couscous in the bag, man.
As Leah says, when it rains, it pours.
No, it does, bro. When Mazraoui is having a bad game, when Mazraoui is making errors like that, that's when you know you have no chance. And then the third goal, Bruno Fernandes, a sloppy pass. It's the same thing as against Forest in his own half. Lazy, sloppy pass to the opposition. They break, they score. But it's just laziness from Bruno. It's just it's carelessness. Kobe had a bad game.
Kobe was bad.
But hold on, let me speak on Bruno. Bruno for me is the senior player here. Bruno is the captain. Bruno is the guy that we gave a contract to until 2027. And I'm sorry. I feel like with Bruno Fernandes, right? Like it's like Men in Black, man. Like I watch a game, I see how he performs, and I'm seeing like him lose the ball constantly, mishit finishes, like misplaced passes, not even create as much as he used to. He used to create at a crazy rate. He doesn't do it anymore. And then I watch the pundits and everything, and it's like they've been hit in the eye with like the guy in Men in Black. You know how he has that pen that makes you. It's like they all lose their memory except me, and I'm like, are you guys talking about the same game I just watched? Today's the first time everybody's on the same page about Bruno saying, does he have a long-term future? Because he's not really a great dual number 10. And then as a number 8, is he really the best we can do? I'm over here saying, I've been saying this for like 2 years now. So when you have that, Kobe, look, I don't know how Kobe's going to survive in this dual midfield. Like for me,
he's a cone, bro. We've been saying this for a minute.
It's not about being a cone. It's about, but you guys are overdoing that point. There's more to it than just being a cone. Yeah, Kobe Mainoo isn't a progressive enough passer. That's a big issue. When you have Ugarte next to him, who he shouldn't have taken off, by the way. I don't think he should have taken off Ugarte. Because at one point, 1-0 down, he takes off Ugarte, puts a midfield of Bruno and Mainoo. Of course, we're going to start getting ripped apart. Yeah. But if Ugarte is going to be your guy, fair enough. The guy next to him has to be a much more progressive passer than Kobe Mainoo. Kobe Mainoo gets the ball, and he wants to dribble out the press, and he's very good at that. But then our midfield, we don't really have a real progressive.
That's how they scored, if I'm correct. The second one, if I'm correct.
In my opinion,
either the second or the third one because he tried a little chip.
Kobe for me, I don't know. Look, he's got a lot of work to do, and one thing
still
I can say
young,
about Kobe, he's young, and I feel like people are going overboard now. The reaction on Twitter today for me was overboard.
Well, what did they say?
People were just saying, "Oh, Kobe Mainoo, like horrible game, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, he didn't play great, but." Let's not try and scapegoat him now. He's in his second year of professional football.
But you know, the one thing about Man United, they tend to do that, especially to one of their own. Like, once they find a target, it don't matter what happens.
Didn't they scapegoat Nketiah last year?
We're comparing Nketiah and
an academy player. Is Nketiah not an academy player?
No, I'm saying we're comparing Nketiah as some guy that we obviously we like.
No, but you're talking about scapegoating your own.
Kobe Mainoo is meant to be the face. Nketiah was never the face for Arsenal.
Arsenal don't scapegoat their own though.
No, we do, but no, we scapegoat our own. But the one thing we don't do, obviously, we know how good Bukayo Saka is. Whatever, we don't scapegoat. Never, and he's one of our own.
Saka ain't giving you
Smith Rowe. We didn't scapegoat him, bro. Eddie, if you want to use Eddie as your example.
What about Martinelli?
He's on one of them. He's in Tawana. He's in Tawana, man.
That's like Garnacho.
That's like Garnacho as well, man.
Arsenal fans are going to run.
That's like Garnacho.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
Arsenal fans going to run holier than thou mentality.
There's a guy, like you said, there's a guy you guys basically gave the keys to at the club.
No one gave the keys to him, bro.
Bro, Man United fans gave the keys to him.
Well, who are Man United fans to give the keys to him?
I want to see the keys.
Maybe you wasn't involved in that conversation. You wasn't involved in that conversation.
So many people give the keys.
But he gave him the keys, bro.
What keys? What does that mean, bro?
Hella doors has been open, fam.
Doors, what I mean, suicide, whatever you want to. Oh, Lamborghini doors, they opened up for him.
For me, Garnacho, I felt got given the keys by the club.
No, Garnacho, yeah, like we always hard Nacho because he's not great. They're coming from, and we've always said that Martinelli, like this, with Garnacho, we can't. There's no much. You can't really hate on him as much because you know how bad he is. Like, how can you hate on someone that's already on the floor?
One guy on here is a superstar, man.
Oh, he has been on the PR runner for a minute as well. He's been.
I'm not trying to scapegoat him either, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
my whole point. Scapegoat your own fans as well. Huh? You scapegoat your own fans.
Oh, our fans, yeah, 1,000%. Man United fans, that'll scapegoat. But
yeah,
the players, for me, the players just aren't good enough. Like, I can't. For me, it doesn't make sense getting onto players. I just don't really rate that highly. I don't think the squad is good enough, and that's why ultimately it's gonna be a long season, bro. Like,
that's honestly, it's December.
Yeah, but I know we got 5 months left to play. But we're in Chelsea 2022-23 mode. Honestly, that's the reality. The only question is, are our owners going to be able to replicate the similar kind of ownership that Clear Lake did? Because Clear Lake, they offloaded guys, they made money off them, and then they went crazy in the market bringing in young players. We're 2022-23 Chelsea. I don't know if we have a 24-25 season in us. That's the only question here.
In terms of ripping your squad apart, where would you go with? Because I asked this on the watch along as well. Where would you go with in terms of priority positions first?
A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here.
There's no priority. Everywhere is a priority.
There's about 5 players I would keep at Man United in terms of like long-term future.
Okay.
Can I guess who they are?
I think I said it last podcast. So
let's
see if you're a real viewer.
You don't watch.
What were you watching last week?
So from what he told me,
I think the obvious ones is Euro,
Xerxes,
yeah,
no,
Hoyland,
that one is
Garnacho,
no,
Bruno,
Euro, Kobe, Mazraoui.
Yeah,
that's the obvious 3.
Well, they're missing one as well too.
Huh?
There's an obvious
You're
one.
missing a big one. Come
That's
on,
a big one. Come on.
Oh, come on.
What?
Our best player of the last month. He's a casual. They don't even watch
man.
United, bro.
Ooga booga.
Oh, you got it. Oh.
No, what are you talking about? Ugarte, to be fair, he's in there right now. Those are the 5 right now. Are, in my eyes, probably untouchable. And then for me, the goalkeeper as well too.
Shit, you have to be for them meaty guys to be untouchable.
Is Onana not untouchable?
Huh? He's definitely not untouchable, but he's a goalkeeper.
But he's like the last position you're worried about.
Yeah, like honestly,
You know how hard that team is to say that's untouchable. There's not one gem that I go, you know what? This guy's gonna change my life.
Hold on. This was you though, like 3 years ago, bro. Where are you getting
That's not me now.
I had Amos in front of Bukayo Saka.
Okay, I got Amad Diallo and Whoa. Hold on. All right, let's see if Amad Diallo's at Fulham in 3 years. Let's see if Let's see if Amad Diallo can take on his fullback like Martinelli in a few years. This guy's trying to act like I'm broke. You were broke a few years ago, bro.
I don't mind if
you just got out of poverty.
No, I don't mind if you put Amad Diallo against ESR. That's a fair competition. Don't put him against my right winger. Don't put him against my right winger.
This guy a year ago said Bukayo Saka is not world class. Now he's talking about my right winger.
Was I wrong? Was I wrong?
He just said Bukayo Saka didn't have X Factor. That's not saying.
Was I wrong?
He was world class. He doesn't have X Factor, but he's his right winger. Wow.
He's an elite right winger. But now
why you guys bring Arsenal segment?
Exactly.
How do you do that? I just don't like how he's trying to do it at the beginning as well. You just got out of poverty a few years ago. That's all I'm saying.
No, Faisal, all I said was, he said these 5 players are untouchable. These guys are untouchable. That's how poverty is. But then, like he said, wipe the whole from top to bottom. Yeah, we're gonna get that changed.
I don't want to take blame away from Amorim though, because one thing for me, I'm fair, right? Amorim didn't coach a good game today. Like, I think there's been games this year where I think Amorim has coached. I think against Arsenal, for example, I think he set us up as well as he could. Yeah. It's quality in set pieces.
Man City was very good.
Yeah, of course. But I'm talking about even in losses, I think there's been some Spurs midweek, I thought he did the best he could. This game, for me, he got it wrong with the lineup. I think the substitution to take Ugarte off, I think it was a bad substitution. And I don't think he adapted well to, what's his name? Iraola's substitutions either. For me, a big thing I have an issue with is the wing-back situation. Today we played Dallo and Malacia, and I just don't think playing fullbacks in those roles helps us whatsoever. An Amorim team at Sporting was wingers on either side. Left-footed winger on the right, right-footed winger on the left. We're playing Malacia there. We're playing Dallo there. It's not a 3-4-2-1 at this point. It's a 5 at the back. they might be playing in attacking positions, but they think and play like defenders.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't think that's the way to do it. Like I've seen Anthony in some games. I thought Anthony and Ahmad the last few games have started kind of like
a good chemistry,
good chemistry on the right. So I don't understand why now Anthony is nowhere to be seen, and Malacia is playing on the left with Dallo there. For me, Garnacho, he's got to stop playing him as a number 10. He has no future there. If Garnacho's going to play in this team, it's got to be on the left as like a left wing, a left midfielder, if you want to call it that. So, in my opinion, there's certain things he got wrong today, but ultimately it comes down to player quality, and I think it's going to massively hurt us this season.
It's a learning curve as well, isn't it? Bournemouth are not slack. Like, they're not slack, like you said.
I want to give the last few minutes to Bournemouth before I do. Just in terms of Anthony Iraola is beating Mikel Arteta, Pep Guardiola, and Ruben Amorim this season.
Come on, man.
I mean, my right back.
That's my legend. That's my manager, man. That's why.
When Gary O'Neill got sacked, you must have been like, I won this one.
You know what?
That's how he felt when Ten Hag got sacked.
You know is If this was the old Faisal, I would have come here with smoke. I would have come here with smoke.
New Faisal. What's the new Faisal about?
It's different, man.
What's changed, man? What's changed?
Listen, let me chat about Anthony for a second.
Go on, man.
This is your Iraola, man. You don't know him like that. I swear you've had a ticket on your table to go to Bournemouth for months now, and you still haven't taken it.
What was his name again? That guy kept.
You probably don't even remember, man.
That's poor.
He ain't really one of you guys, bro. Bournemouth, low key, I might be
Dan. His name was Dan.
Dan. No. Listen, me and Dan are in touch, innit?
Yeah. How I just remember his name? You didn't remember his name.
They are in touch. He just doesn't reply.
Is it even Dan? Are we sure about that?
I'm positive it's Dan. I'm positive. Dan, please stop me if you're Dan. If you're not Dan, I apologize.
But nah, he ain't never showing up to your ground, bro. I hope you know that.
This guy, man.
Can I land with Anthony?
Let me land.
But I feel like with Anthony, I think that's why I put him in terms of wanting him to replace Ancelotti one day in terms of coming to Madrid in the last managers list. You know how we said about Slot improving players? I think he's done the exact same, and even more. I think
he lost a key figure in Dom Solanke as well.
Not even that. When he first came in, the 1-2 punch was always Solanke and Billing. He said to Billing after literally 6 months working with him, I was like, yo, you're not going to work in my system.
Yeah.
The players that he's brought on, Solanke said, he was more than happy to offload him.
60 million
brought Van Nilsson.
I don't think it was more than happy. I think that was just like a
65 million.
He adapted to it
but it's them ones as well. You know how it is within the Premier League. When you lose a big hitter like Dom Solanke, who scored 20 goals last season in the Premier League, they tend to regress. Especially when you lose that main guy. But like you said, where Anthony, he lost his big man, but still his team is positive. He's progressed.
Mm-hmm. He's progressing, and the players that he's improving, Kluivert. Yeah. Kluivert was seen as someone, you know what?
He's a bit part player.
He might not reach the potential with Roma and stuff. Look what he's doing now.
He's a journeyman.
Semenyo,
respectfully.
The fact that he's made Semenyo into a world beater, fam. Semenyo against the big teams is moving crazy. And you've got some teams, I see people online, whether Arsenal fans or United fans, say, yo, we will love him. We would love to have him in our club.
Because he gives it, I'm not saying he gives you that player vibe, but it's that kind of move where Mane made to Liverpool at Southampton, where they are too good at Bournemouth. Can they do it at a big step? And now he's getting that big step talks with Antoine.
Can I tell you the one that I think he's improved the most? Like for me, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. Ryan Christie for me. He's a revelation.
Yes.
In the midfield with him next to now Tyler Adams. Now since he's been away from injury, he's coming. Kirk is on the left hand side.
He's gone. He's
gone.
He's gonna get
so you're saying in summer their whole squad's gonna get ripped apart?
He's gonna insane. But you know what I love? Hutchison.
What is it?
Hutchison.
Wait, but at this point, you know, this is nothing.
He's the Arab, bro.
Hutchison,
fam. In Arabic, it's how we pronounce it.
Hutchison is Arabic.
Faisal, just to let you know, it's Hyson.
Yeah, is that Hyson?
Yeah, Hyson. It's a Dutch name.
Hyson. But he's Spanish.
Huh?
I don't know if he can be Spanish by the name Dean.
No, he was born in Holland,
but he plays for Spain.
And then moved to Spain at the age of 5.
I don't even know his
What surprised me the most? It was a Juve. Went to Roma.
Did well at Roma.
And I read last month, 7 clubs wanted him, including Dortmund and Atleti. So you're telling me Anthony's got the hype, Anthony's got the flex and the pull to say,
Simeone, take a back seat, brother.
My brother, who got sacked from Dortmund? Who got sacked?
Oh, what's his name?
Last season.
The guy who went to the final.
Long hair guy.
What's his name? He left. But anyway, the point is,
they've got
the fact they said to both, the fact that he was
mastermind right now.
Yeah, well, he's failing.
What the hell's his name?
He's failing, man.
His face was in my
The fact that he said to both managers, nah, like bring him here It's crazy. And at the start of the season, he wasn't playing as well, if you remember. He had one couple little shot, then went to the bench, but now look at him, bro.
You know what's even more mad about Andoni, in my opinion, it's he's reshaped that whole back line. Because remember last year it was Zabani that came in last year with Senesi. And Senesi was good. And like you said, where now he goes, you know what, I want to go younger. I've got better ball playing.
The only one he's starting, the only one who's the consistent starter for him is Smith from the.
That guy's got 9 lives. In honestly,
he's a Seamus Coleman.
That's where you've been since Eddie Howe days, man.
Bro. Smith's not consistent. Yeah. But I said it 3 months ago.
Go on.
Yeah.
I said by the end of the season, Andoni will cement himself as a top 5 manager. Looking at it now, 3 months
He's
in.
currently fifth in the league.
I think he's there.
3 months in. I
Where do you see
got
Bournemouth
giggles.
finish?
I got giggles. I got love.
Who giggled on that table though?
We need to know the
My
giggles.
brother, there's a guy, he claims he's from 10 countries. So.
Oh, no, not here.
But if you asked him, show me your passport.
Is he here today?
He doesn't.
Is he here today?
Hey, man. Hey,
Is he sitting next to you?
Why is this guy always talking about passports? I swear you got like 6 of them as well too, bro.
All right, but where do you see Andoni finishing the season though?
I think I've got him finishing Europa League. I think if he can maintain this, which I think he will maintain this.
That's top 6, top 7, right?
Top 5, top 6.
Some big hitters are missing out. And just to finalize this segment, star player, well, who does your round of applause to go to for this game, Man United Bournemouth?
I'd say
it could be a hater applause if you wanted to. Huh? It can be a hater.
It can be anything, bro.
How does that make sense?
He can hate
That was
applause.
a hate applause.
He can hate applause. He can hate applause the whole Man United
Just
squad.
making up rules now, bro.
I'm the host now.
Can I give it up to the manager, Andoni?
Okay, yeah, of course.
I feel like his game management that game was quality.
I was thinking this, by the way, right? Even before he scored his goal. But you know, like when a player goes short sleeves and gloves, it's usually like the Nanis, the Agueros, Mahrez. It's like the flair players, right? So when I saw Dean Huijsen doing it today, I was like, that's like when a goalkeeper wears like Mercurials and stuff like that.
That ain't it, yo.
But I can't lie, the way he plays and then he scored, I was like, okay.
The fact that he scored as
I was
well
like,
is
you know what,
really-
you can pull it off, bro. Because normally I don't know about that.
But let's go to another person, another team that's actually competing for the top 6. Aston Villa against Manchester City. The early kickoff on Saturday.
Can we even say both teams?
Do you know at this point, Man City, I don't know what they're doing.
I think they're competing for top 4. Yeah,
Man
for
City,
sure.
yeah. I'll say they're competing for top 6 at this point.
They are.
Yeah, they're competing for
I don't
top
know
6.
why it's so funny, man. They are.
No, that's what I said. When
It's not damn funny.
Because he went, let's talk about the team that's competing for the top 6. I went,
No,
just be
you're
them, you
right.
know.
You're right, both of them.
I don't know. I don't look at the other one, man. What was it again? 1 win and 12?
1 win and 12.
Apparently that's my goat, man. Apparently that's my goat.
You're what?
You said that's my goat earlier. Remember you said your goat has 1 win and 12.
Oh, your goal. I think that's your cool.
No,
Okay,
so,
fair.
that
is your goat, man.
That's not my goat, man. That's
Who's
not
your
my
goat?
goat. My goat is at Man United, all-time best manager. That's my goat. Premier League.
Say his name.
Whoa.
Say his name. I want to hear you say it.
Some Heisenberg shit. Fergie. That's my Premier League goat.
But it's
but
crazy. Before
Go for it, go for it.
It's crazy how the narrative has changed a lot about Pep, which for me is the craziest thing. The start of the season, most people had him undisputed as the Premier League greatest manager of what he's done for in the league. Now I see a lot more Sir Alex praise, which I have.
Those are from the United fans.
Which, not just United fans, more people are doing it now. Oh, he can never do what Sir Alex did. It's like, fam, you're the same people who said Pep was the GOAT 4 months ago.
That's reactive. First of all,
that's reactionary.
I've always said Pep, Sir Alex, I think they sit at similar tables. For me, Pep, what he's done in football, like the amount he's won, if you think he's the greatest manager of all time, I'm not going to call you crazy. But anybody who ever thought it was like clear is ludicrous. They're not respecting what Fergie did, man. That like the amount of pure raw silverware he won in that amount of time, adapting his team, evolving his team so many times. Anybody ever saying it was clear between the two of them has lost their whole mind.
I mean, once again, like he went away to Aston Villa, which is a tough ground to go to. So I'll be honest, I was expecting them to lose this match anyway. I think a lot of people would have as well. And in the first minute, they could have gone 1-0 down. John Duran went 1-on-1, took it way too early.
Gvardiol, mistake.
John Duran, I think he should have. He just wants to hit. He just wants some crazy goals. I think that's what it is, isn't
Too early.
So let me hit it first. Let me go early.
And he moved his body. He moved his body too early.
And then the corner as well. And then the corner, straight from the corner, it got
Ortega,
clear off the line.
yeah.
And they were like, oh, Guardiola's already like,
They were lucky.
you know, he's like, damn, man, what do I
The
do?
person I know that he's got cuts on the top of his head. Usually that doesn't tend to
It's
happen.
so true.
As a bald guy as well.
Maybe that's the reason he's bald.
Looking like Deadpool, man, honestly.
But John Duran did make it 1-0. Morgan Rogers.
bro.
But that, for me, is a criminal goal to concede, because how can 2 passes cut open your defense?
then
From the goalkeeper.
Free.
No,
The fourth,
if you count the last one, which is the assist, yeah,
But then again, a lot of goals that City have conceded have been them kind of goals. I remember, if I'm correct, you was at the final game where exactly the same
you had
thing.
your LeBron moment.
Yeah. I knew they were going to concede.
Yeah,
Did you see his LeBron moment?
No, what happened?
He said silencer.
No, it's the recent.
When they were up 3-0 and they conceded the first one, I said, yeah, they're going to draw 3-3. I was right.
I saw it all over X. They put it side by side with the LeBron one as well.
Yeah. Oh, this guy's.
Or you're going to say shameless. That's your goat, by the way. Yeah, that's your goat. Whatever you guys say about me, say about LeBron.
Forget Bron, man.
Me and Bron are the same, bro.
I like that.
You both. I was going to say sorry. Let's go.
No, but regarding obviously the goal they conceded, obviously it's well worked goal from I was going to say Spurs from Villa.
Yeah.
I felt like City have conceded them kind of goals all season, more or less.
But that simple, like Edison straight to Edison. Martinez straight to Tielemans, turns in straight to Morgan Rogers. He's already flat through. It's basically one.
But what do you expect when you have a pivot of Kovacic and Gundogan, and if Kovacic is your most defensive-minded midfielder, then brother, your team in shambles, fam. Like, look at Chelsea fans. Ask Chelsea fans about Kovacic how he was with them, and now you're asking Kovacic now to depend, not even double pivot, sometimes lone pivot, because Gundogan, he keeps advancing forward. That goal was disgraceful. For one little pass from Martinez to Tielemans. By the way, Tielemans, the fact that he managed unreal pass to Morgan, unreal pass. Yeah, but Stones and Ricky Lewis was far too there was so much space between them.
Try close the gap. It was similar to when Szoboszlai obviously flicked over Dragison's head, where he was so far deep, and then he was like, okay, I didn't read the line. He went to press the center. Mid, like I said. The through ball happened. Acres of space in behind. It was just, I think it's a lot of credit to Morgan Rogers as well for being unselfish
and massively for the second goal as well, man. That guy, that ball carrying, bro. He was near the left back spot. He's like, I'm taking this forward, man. I'm taking this brand forward.
And that is generally, as you said, City's weakness in terms of having not mobile midfielders. Where, like I said, Morgan Rogers anyone that can carry, that's got good feet that can carry the ball, will kill Man City.
He was incredible.
And all game he was doing that.
He's like, this game is my game with Morgan Rogers.
And then obviously him being a former City graduate as well, it meant more to him. You can tell.
Yeah. I think it's damning, by the way, that it's a City graduate. Yeah. No matter how little time he spent there, he's still from their academy at some point. He was the one that kind of put them to the sword, because I look at the City team, right? And I understand they got a lot of injuries, but at some point, Pep has to do something different. And I think a possible solution is going to the academy. Your midfield has 0 legs. Yeah. These guys can't run. And yet you're still playing your defensive line at times at the halfway line. Yeah. How many times, there was even a few times where they got caught offside, luckily. But how many times did Villa basically send a guy through and they have the entire half to run into? Well, that's kamikaze tactics. At some point, you got to add some legs to that midfield. And whether that's going into the academy or going to the bench and bring on a Nick O'Reilly, bring on James McAtee. Why can't James McAtee buy a game? I'm not saying James McAtee's messy, but look at the way Bernardo Silva and Gundogan are playing right now. There is 0 chance in hell that he's performing worse than them, and he can run. So,
bro, generally, like you said, in NBA terms, it's like watching Vince Carter at Atlanta Hawks, bro, at the back end of his career. Bro.
It's the Brooklyn Nets. What is it? KG and Paul Pierce, bro.
I look at him like, bro. But then going back to what you said with Man City, all their midfield talent that they had, they've sold. Like I said, the Romeo Lavia went to Southampton. They've sold so many up-and-coming superstars.
Cole Palmer, what's his name? Cole Palmer, Lavia, Delap, Morgan Rogers. There's so many that they've let go in the past, and it's not even they're making like 100 mil off them. Yeah. How much did they get for Lavia? No, they didn't sell Lavia. In fact, they turned down an option to bring him back for like 20 mil, and he went to Chelsea for a bit more.
Bro, literally, that's crazy. Like I said, they've got rid of Howard Bellis. Obviously, the
keeper. Even defense. You mentioned defense now. Howard Bellis, like the second half, you think to yourself, you know what? Let me bring the solution to my problem defensively. Kyle Walker, fam. You think Kyle Walker's going to be the guy to solve your problems?
I can't trust the guy that informed the Man City Twitter team and all that.
I can't lie.
Bro, they're cooking me, man.
I can't. I've never taken this serious though. I've never taken
it. For me,
I saw a list as well of Man City team. Like 12 of them are either touching 30. They're in their 30s.
Stars, they have the 4th oldest squad on average in the Premier League.
Literally.
The 4th oldest.
It's just poor squad building.
It's horrible squad building. Yeah.
And usually that's the one thing we used to give Man City credit for is the players they've purchased used to be instant impact all a season.
And
I can't.
I saw a stat before Foden scored his goal that the top 5 players in the league who's had more shots on target on goal and not conceded, 2 of them were City players, in Savio and Phil Foden. Before Phil Foden, of course, scored his last minute in Hazard a moment where he finally, after 2,000 days, finally broke his drought.
Wow, you're doing that.
That's crazy.
Why did Hazard have to get hit for
I mean, hey, someone has to get it. Someone has to get it. Unfortunately, it has to be him today. This guy, man, enjoying it. I forget Eden Hazard, man. I don't want to talk.
Brought him up.
You're the one. You made the sandwich.
I don't want to talk about that Haywan.
You did. You just did.
But I want to talk about one person, yeah. Which
Is
I
he
think,
a striker?
huh?
Is he a striker?
No. That brother, no.
There's no more conversations to be had.
That guy. I
Zero
think,
touches in the opposition box.
No.
in the first half?
Listen, I think
What did he have? 10 touches in like the last 3 games or something.
yeah.
12 touches.
Sorry, but go for
we've
it.
spoken about him enough. Everyone knows his weaknesses. Everyone knows his problems.
Football.
It's not gonna solve X, Y, and Z. I want to talk about Gvardiol.
Second season slip.
Start of the season.
It's not even bad. I just feel it happens. It happens to
Last season,
players.
he's got his praises. This season, start of the season, he got his little praises, finishing, I think he was second top scorer behind him.
He still is their second top scorer.
FaZe, I didn't buy him to be my second top goal scorer, bro. I didn't buy him to be my hero.
It's like on top of the cherry on top, bro.
The last month.
Where's the cake?
It's just a cherry on a plate right now.
What's the ingredients?
Yeah, exactly, man.
The last month and a half.
Just put it on the floor.
Just a cherry.
Some rapper or something.
The last month and a half, you know how much of every game, maybe I'm looking at him, so you know what, maybe it's just a one-off game. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, bro.
It's a 5-off game.
The guy's got no awareness, no defense. And again, I don't want to make a judgment of him right now because the whole City team is looking shambles. But fam, him defensively is cooked. The fact that he's got, I look at Kai Walker being cooked at the age he's at, it's fine. But Gvardiol at the age of 23, come on, bro, making careless mistakes. Every game, you're expecting a mistake from Gvardiol. And that is, for me, it's ridiculous now at this point. We spoke about Haaland. Haaland is a case on its own, fam.
Well, what was you guys' thoughts on Jack Grealish against Villa?
I think
I thought he did well.
I think first half he had a decent half.
A lot of people.
He was licking his lips.
I heard him getting booed as well from Aston Villa.
Every time.
That's a conversation, yeah. For me, it was average. I didn't think... Look, me personally, I think he's got to stop with this Grealish and Bernardo on either side. Doku and Savinho are frustrating. I get it. But you're a better team with those two on the pitch. They get you on the pitch. They're more threatening. They make the defense have to react to you a little bit. Yeah. When Grealish and Bernardo are on the pitch, you know what they're going to do.
Bernardo's one I'm
saying. They're gonna edge you. They're gonna pretend to go for it. Back to your fullback. At least with Doku and Savinho, they attack the box. They attack those areas, and maybe they can put balls in the box for Haaland. That's for one thing. But Grealish, the boos, I don't rate it personally. I don't rate it.
It's stupid. It's stupid.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. I know Michael Owen actually came out today and kind of spoke on it as well too. And Villa fans are basically saying, "Oh, we have the right to boo him. Like it's to get in his head or whatever." But it's clearly you feel a type of way about it. You still feel a type of way that he left you. But the reality is,
they got 100
he's
million
one of your own. He stayed with you guys when he had offers to go back to Spurs in the Premier League. Brought your average team at that time back into the Premier League. Kept you in the Premier League. Had an amazing season for you. And then effectively funded your entire rebuild. Yeah. Villa are what they are because they got 100 mil for Jack Grealish.
Facts.
And he's never come out and said a bad thing about you. In fact, numerous times he still says, I'm a Villa supporter.
Yeah, I'm still
So how can, knowing all of that, you still boo him when he comes back? That doesn't make any sense.
And on top of that, he left you, fam. It's not like he left you last season or this season. Come on, let it go.
You know why they booed Jack Grealish, and this is my opinion. It's because now Villa are some sort of good. Obviously, they got the Champions League last year. They're doing decent this season, where now they're in a position where they can do that little bragging rights. They can.
Okay, but he won a treble. He won 3 Premier Leagues in a row.
That's why he did the 3. He put the 3 fingers up.
Oh, is that why he did it?
Yeah, he put the 3 fingers up.
I thought it was because of how many points Man City got in the last 2 months. I thought that's why he did that. Yeah, see, that's my guy. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted.
That's how many wins they've got.
But going on, obviously, we got.
Is that true though? Is that true? Is that true?
No, I think it's Premier League titles. Oh, how many points they got?
Is it true?
All I know is Forest. I think they only got Forest. Huh? What happened?
Your stat was wrong. You said that's the amount of points they got the last 2 months. I don't think that is.
I think they're Forest. That's it. That's all he
Yeah,
won.
but they had two draws in there. Yeah, that was shit. I'm sorry, man.
He still shook my hand.
Yeah, you
Nah,
shook
I
his
wish I-
hand.
I
I
wish
see you
had
cut
it.
this part out where Leah shook my hand and then don't
Don't
wipe
wipe it, bro. Obviously, regarding Aston Villa, we should give the Unai Emery his flowers, even though I'm not a fan of Unai Emery. But I feel like he's got his tactics right.
Don't do this. Don't do this. We get to have this. Yeah.
He got
Unai Emery.
he got his tactics right. Obviously, starting John Duran the last couple of games as well, regardless of how good Ollie Watkins has been from last season.
Nah, fair play. Yeah.
And also the squad selection, having John McGinn start right wing and
They can do
play
really
more
well,
of a compact midfield with their attack.
No, Villa fans will be happy. They'll finish like 7th or 8th this season with Emery, so I think they'll be alright.
Yeah, you let that hate out.
You know, I like.
There's no malice in your heart. You're an emotional dude. You're an approachable dude, man.
Bro, the same way you're out here saying why are they booing,
What's wrong with 7th of
why they booing Jack Grealish? Why the hell are you still booing
I'm not booing Emery.
United fam? Just let it go, my brother.
I'm not.
We're always seeing your top 10 for managers in the world.
He wasn't. He wasn't in it.
what I'm saying, bro. Let it
He's
go,
not
man.
their top 10 managers in the world, though. He's not current top 10 manager.
Okay.
But who else? Who would you applaud for?
Can I give you a nominee?
For what?
For the round of applause.
Applause of the segment.
It shouldn't go to Morgan.
I think he's about. For me,
No. I'm saying he said he's going to give you a nominee.
I want to give you a nominee. I think Rogers is a good shout.
Yeah.
I think Yuri Tielemans was exceptional.
Yeah.
You
No,
won
he
the
won
man of the match of the
yeah.
game. And I just think this is credit to Emery as well, too. But he's done a really good job of surrounding him with athletes and legs. McGinn running his socks off, Rogers, Onana.
Yeah.
And just allowing Tielemans to do what he does best, which is just controlling games from deep. There was a period of Tielemans where nobody wanted to touch him when he was at Leicester. Remember, he went to a really bad. He went to Villa on a free for a reason, and he's completely rebuilt his reputation. And I think for the last calendar year, second half of last season into this year, I think he's been Villa's best player.
You know how people say you have to build the right team around someone. You know, Paul Pogba, all this man. He's got Kamara behind him.
Yeah,
so
it's true. Kamara's what I forgot.
Kamara's
Boubacar.
Don't worry defensively. I got Kamara. Don't worry about running. I've got Onana and McGinn. All you have to do your thing, passing, progress with it, and look what he's doing. Yeah. So, but I think
you have these nominees.
I think the easy
Emery.
choice.
No, I respect the Tielemans shout. I won't go with it though, Faisal.
I think the easy choice. I think that's one easy choice.
I feel like the return, like it's Morgan
was his
Rogers
game.
against his old former club, scoring as well, getting the assist, dominated that midfield.
Shout out to Morgan Rogers, man.
Shout out Morgan Rogers, man.
Oh, there we go.
I like his more than Cole Palmer's. I'll be so real.
Is this celebration?
No, I'll be so real. I like his more. I'm not saying like Cole Palmer's is more iconic, and it's his celebration.
Yeah.
His got a little more like.
I don't like when the commentator says, "Oh, he does the Cole Palmer celebration." I'm like, "Nah, man."
He does it a little different. I kind of prefer his. I'll be so
No, you're
real.
right, because Morgan Rogers looks like he's freezing.
He looks like he's cold as hell. Palmer's like,
It's a little bit chilly. It's a little bit
Palmer's
chilly.
almost like, yeah, get this shit off me.
Like some dirt for sure.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah.
I know what you mean, but yeah, Aston Villa did end up winning against Man City 2-1. Guardiola, I don't know what he's gonna do. He's probably looking at the next sort of fixtures. I think I tweeted like the next 8 fixtures. And I was like, I don't know what they're going to win next.
He's
too stubborn. He's too stubborn, bro. He has no plan B.
I think he's still in shock. I genuinely think he's still in shock.
I think
he's like, I can't believe the collapse that's happening.
I genuinely think he looks at all of these games and he's like, oh, they're going to get it right eventually. Like he's not really changing anything, bro. It's the same setup every game. I said on Twitter, I'm not trying to give. Yes, it does, bro. They don't want to adapt, man. I said on Twitter, like, I'm not trying to be some tactical here, right? But when I look at this team, drop the line deeper, stop playing at halfway with these guys, put some legs in the midfield, whether it comes from getting them in the academy or whatever, play Doku and Savinho on either side, and start just being a transition team into Haaland. Because you're not going to be able to control games and win them like you used to. Not with this team. Become a transition side, get Haaland some chances, or drop him, bro, because the way he's playing right now.
Who'd you bring on? Who'd you play instead of
Play
him?
as a false 9. It doesn't matter. The way he's playing right now, you're playing with 10. City fans will say it. The way they're playing right now with Haaland, it's like playing with 10 men. There's no point in using him if you're going to play like this. If you're going to use him, maximize him and get the best out of him.
You're right, because was it Concert and Pau Torres? They didn't have to take a shout at the end of the game.
No.
They
had a lot of fun after that.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. But let's move on to the next game. Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 5.
Woo!
That was Gabby J. You enjoyed a lot of the goals. in that game.
I did.
But
it was sad to see one of the boys go down. But
Bukayo Saka went down. He left the stadium in crutches. Obviously, he's got a dirty mind.
No. You know, I love how he said it felt like a family man. I
feel sad.
You know, Starplay just had a Lampard moment. He's like, yeah. No, but seriously.
No, that's what I mean.
It was a funeral. It was a funeral at the same time.
You were happy,
but
in all seriousness,
in all seriousness,
obviously, it's not.
Big respect to you, Saka.
Yeah, 100%. You know how it is. Like FaZe, it's like Real Madrid, like losing Valverde. You might be winning 3-0, but losing Valverde.
Who's more important to the team? Valverde to Real Madrid or Saka to Arsenal?
Well, I hear it.
I'm coming from like it's nice to win, but
it's like
leave me out of this. Stop! I don't want.
It's Alex.
It's like Mazraoui going down.
Sir Alex.
It's like Ahmad going down, but we're still losing 3-0. There's no win-win. But no, obviously, going on to the Arsenal game, obviously.
Gabby J.
Maybe it's not that important. You guys won 5-1 without him, so I don't know if it is Valverde. Don't take that disrespect, bro. They won 5-1. Would you guys win today without Valverde?
Yes.
Today,
I try to do it Sunday there. Fair enough.
Did you guys win today? But anyway, listen. Let's go back to the Arsenal game. Gabby J. put 2 goals.
Yeah.
Obviously, 1-1 and then 2-1, and then we just.
Can we talk about the resurgence of
Isa.
Gabby Isa.
Jesus rising.
Literally. It's funny though because you know what I hate about average footballers. You know what I hate about
he's not average though.
He's a
very good footballer.
See,
footballer,
yeah. Striker, we don't know.
Technical ability.
He's a top footballer.
Is it technical ability, Lias?
His technical ability is crazy.
Who's that? That's Xerxes the same. Technical.
No. Jesus is a much better footballer.
I know. I
much better.
FUTBOL. That's
football.
But with Jesus, it makes you start believing. Because he was doing. He was doing.
Jesus makes you start believing.
But obviously, what he did during the week against them at home, scored a hattie, quality finishes. Everyone's thinking, yo, you saw the lineup, you saw Havertz in midfield. I was like, I would have liked Marino. Obviously, Rice was on the bench, so it was the TP5, Havertz and Odegaard. The lineup we did last season, more or less. Mm-hmm. I went into the game going, obviously, we dominated them midweek, scored early on. I was shocked, but I was happy. Obviously, we scored early on with Gabriel Jesus. But then the moment Ismail Assar scored, I went, it's going to be a long day, man. I literally thought,
I thought that as well.
I said, oh my goodness, if it's going to be end to end,
they were cooking us a little bit. That press was relentless.
It was end to end, like the first 20 minutes, and then obviously we've had mishaps from whether it was Raya when he gave the ball to Partey.
But I would say that was only one mishap. After that, he was comfortable.
Obviously, and then I'm saying like the Saliba incident as well, where
Mateta nearly scored. Yeah,
obviously Saliba deserves one of those in about a year, so I'll give it to him. And then obviously after that, as soon as Gabriel Jesus made it 2-1, I went, you know what? My nerves started slowing down.
Can I ask you a question about Gabriel Jesus? What do you think has changed? Do you think he's changed, or do you think he's
got a youth on the way? He's got a youth on the way.
It's a personal life thing. I mean, we've been talking a lot about
one week this guy gets divorced, he plays well. The next week, what about the football? How about some tactics, bro? Honestly,
he actually makes a good point because off the ball, off the pitch, some stuff happens to
him personally.
Last year, because he hasn't had a kid, he hasn't been able to play well.
He had to wet the net somewhere. He had to wet the net somewhere. I'm joking, but regardless, I felt like with Jesus, he's such a confidence player, if that makes sense. So going into the Palace Carabao game where he bagged the hat-trick, he was even surprised. He goes, shit, free. Scored free.
Who was it that said it's like scoring goals, it's like a bottle of ketchup or whatever. You tap it and then once it all comes out.
Well,
it was Ronaldo. He said, scoring goals, it's like the ketchup. You tap it a few times and then it all comes out at once.
He said something else, but we're going to know.
But obviously,
I don't even know.
With Saka going down with a hamstring injury like 20 minutes.
Martinelli on the right though.
Yeah, no, with 20 minutes, I was like, everyone's like, oh, even you using the chat when you laugh and going, oh, here comes Trossard, Havertz, Martinelli, and Jesus.
It's the bomb squad. It's the bomb squad.
Literally, and then obviously, you know what? I was saying it to Hasib. I was like, this is probably the first time with our players looked at each other and went, you know what? I've got to take the game myself. Because look how heavily reliant we are on Saka. It's literally Saka and inshallah. More time in there. So this is the first time I felt like, especially watching those boys going, you know what? Saka's not on the pitch. I actually now have to perform kind of like, I'm not relying on someone else. Now they're relying on me. And it worked out for Martinelli when he went on to the right. And we was talking about it where it was like, he doesn't have to do that little shitty Boro cut in, play on his left. Like the goal that we scored from when Jesus should have made it 2-0, but haven't scored. Kick and run. Literally, little body feint, kick, run. He's already on his favoured foot. He looked very comfortable.
I was saying earlier in the chat in the 22-23 season, that's what Arteta was kind of going for when we were chasing the game. He would move Saka to the left, put Martinelli on the right, and it was still working.
A bit more rotation,
Exactly. And Martinelli was still cooking on that right. I mean, like, how confident are you? I mean, we still don't know details of the Saka injury yet. I mean, could be a month, could be 2 weeks. I mean, I'm looking at a month, I'll be honest. I've already accepted it.
Has there been any reliable reports coming out saying?
Do you know how much I've been going on X and just going like Saka injury, Saka
injury.
I can't find anything.
But then again,
there's all these like online physios in there.
Oh, them one, the fake ones.
The fake ones. Grade 2, chin, all this.
So, going to what you said, of course, I feel like
how confident are you for the next?
I wouldn't say I'm confident, but I'm looking forward to the challenge of seeing which players is going to step up depending on the game week, if that makes sense. I know we've got Ipswich coming up. I feel like Ipswich at home as well.
It's the New Year's Day I'm scared of. Brentford away.
Yeah.
That's a tough fixture.
And I think you have United afterwards, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think it would be
Spurs. I think Spurs. At home.
Okay.
Yeah. But as you were saying,
So with Ipswich at home, obviously it should be a comfy win.
We've got Brentford away, then we've got Brighton away.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Brighton. Sorry.
But going into that, obviously, I feel like I'm more excited than I'm skeptical, if that makes sense, because I want to know which players step up. I want to know if Jesus' form's going to continue. The one thing I really did like with against Palace was the fact that Odegaard was conducting from deep rather than being around that 10 box. I know he's a playmaker, but I felt like his best position more is deeper into that midfield, more of a Gundogan role than anything, if that makes sense, or the deeper like De Bruyne than him being in front of goal kind of thing. Is what I've learned about Odegaard now is we're not going to get the Odegaard from 2 years ago where he bagged 15, if that makes sense. It's more of his creative side. So the one thing obviously that I do want to talk about is I didn't think he had a great game. I think his passes were a bit wayward.
Are you talking about Odegaard?
No, not Odegaard. Another player. I think Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people was giving him praise. Rightfully so, in the same way I was, where a lot of people were even trying to say, yo, it's time to drop Rice and make Partey hold that position again. And against Palace, we see how important Declan Rice is for our team. They was cutting us open through the middle. There's so many times that Mateta... Like, I remember the goal they scored where Tyreek Mitchell had it from the left, just played in the middle. Sarr just drove with the ball. And I could just see flipping Thomas Partey, huffing and puffing behind him, not getting close. He just
but that's also they gave him too much space to take that shot away.
But you can see even the second half when Declan Rice came on, that midfield was compact. It was done. Like, they weren't breaking us through the middle anymore. And that's the effect that he has. And obviously the only thing we do ask for about Rice, which is not his game, but we want to try and get him more involved, is his attacking side. Like, obviously, it was nice to see him score. It was a great finish. He had that shot where Martinelli scored, where I felt like he was going bottom corner. And Thomas Partey, I feel like that experiment is over, man. I like him, but he has to have a run at
top three defensive midfielders.
We have such a funny conundrum going on this podcast, man, because you have one guy who thinks Thomas Partey is a top 3 DM in the world, and he thinks Declan Rice is basically the biggest waste of space since I don't even know. Certain Abdullahi Busquets. And then we have some people who don't rate Partey whatsoever and think Rice should. So what's the truth here, man? We got to uncover this eventually, man. Where do you stand on this, Arsenal fans? Where do you guys stand on this with Rice and Partey?
For us to progress.
Arsenal fans, that's why he's a United fan.
No, but
he's
an outsider looking in. Where do Arsenal fans sit on this whole discussion?
In this system, I think it works better for Declan Rice.
100%. If Odegaard conducts from deep, having Rice there is perfect, if that makes sense.
I can't have Partey there.
But having like, the only time I want to see Partey on is if Rice is sat next to him, because he'll do the running for him. If that
so
makes
Rice
sense.
is playing regardless then?
No, Rice has to start.
I agree with you,
Rice has to start.
I agree with you.
If we want to challenge and win the leagues and stuff, there's a reason we signed him for 100 million and stuff. The ground he covers.
The first goal you guys conceded at the SAR, by the way. For me, I look at Partey on that.
That's what I'm saying. That's the point I was making.
He only looks at the on-ball equality.
He looks at when we have the ball.
We're talking about a 6 who can't run anymore. He can't move his hips. He's a truck, bro. The minute the ball goes in behind, he can't move.
He looks at Arsenal when we've got the ball. The players we've got, and only when we've got the ball. He's not preing it when off the ball. What Partey brings off the ball. And he's too fixated on line breaking passes and all that stuff. And obviously, I do want that from Rice. I've criticised Rice on not breaking the lines, but I've seen him do it this season, where I feel like it has to be a coaching thing than anything. I think Arteta today as well, I felt like he had the tactics right when when Thingy went out as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
When Saka
I thought he was going to put Trossard on the right.
Jesus on the right. I thought it was Jesus on the right.
Killed him.
Martinelli on the right, by the way, I think he deserves a special shout out because look, he's a guy who struggled massively, and then he obviously got put on blast by Henry the last week because Henry was pointing out all these little moments in games where he feels that.
I remember you saying he was right as well, though, Henry.
Huh?
You said Henry's right.
He's spot on, 1000%. He doesn't attack.
That was a big clip of Henry.
Huh?
That was a very good clip.
Henry for me, I think is incredible at breaking down individual moments during games for players.
Shit coach.
Just don't manage.
Coaching a team is different, but in terms of attackers, who knows how to be an attacker better than Henry in the Premier League? Not many.
The best of all time
in the Premier League. Yeah. I agree. But he said to Carragher, "What's Martinelli's best strength?" He said it's his speed. So why, when he has so much space to attack behind the fullback, does he always insist on coming back to that's a mentality thing. Martinelli is not the most technical player, but beating your fullback 1v1, you don't have to be Messi to do that. This game, I give him big credit because he was direct. Maybe because he's playing on the right and he's not playing on the left where he has to think, cutting it up. Maybe the decision making is a lot more simple to him, bro. And he just simplified his game a lot more because he had a lot of success going down that side. He grabbed the goal?
Yeah, he did.
I think he had an assist as well too. But just in general, I thought it was a much more positive performance from Martinelli, and if Saka is going to be out for the next few weeks,
there's going to be a lot on his.
I'd be interested to see, does he continue this Martinelli on the right?
And for me as well, I remember, I don't know if I was saying it to you, Hasib, as well, like, obviously, if his best football comes down the right, I don't mind him coming off the bench and being that Saka replacement, if that makes, because he can play both sides. Because I still think we do need a left winger. I feel like you said, I genuinely believe Trossard's not the answer. That's the one guy that scares me, because I know with Saka out, it's got to be Trossard on the left, Martinelli on the right. So that's the only thing that scares me, where I'm like, either bringing a winger.
Do you think that's any other option beside what you just said, as Trossard left, Martinelli?
I mean, Jesus on the left, I guess.
Do you think?
Do you mean from our current squad options?
Would you guys do anything different?
No, I think we'll just go in January. We'll do something.
Well, hopefully, I
mean, for the next couple of games. Oh my goodness.
He's coming.
Oh,
these guys are obsessed, bro. They're obsessed. They're obsessed with finding revenge on Van Persie. Honestly,
I love saving players, but
you don't want to be saving. Don't save them.
Literally, don't want to be saved. Literally, Jacob. I'm like, yo. I love the idea. I mean,
we can fix you, man.
No, bro. I've fantasized about this.
Honestly, they care more about getting revenge on United for Van Persie than they do about actually just building the best team possible.
Face, how cold would it be?
If Leao and Rashford were on the market tomorrow, I swear to God he would take Rashford just to spite United fans. I know he would, bro.
No, because if I saw Rashford do it,
I wouldn't do that.
He would, bro. I'm telling you,
imagine you saw Rashford do this at Old Trafford.
That's the only moment they want, bro. They just want their lick back.
Give me my popcorn.
Do you know how much I'm spamming that clip?
It's sick, bro. They care more about that.
I saw Van Persie. His first 5 minutes, Vermaelen gave the flipping ball to this guy. He scored in his return against Arsenal, bro.
You give him a guard of honor, you suckers, man.
Exactly. Give us something, bro. Alexis Sanchez was playing the little flipping piano.
I'm telling you, it's all about getting their get back, bro.
We got Silvestro of these guys, bro. What the hell is that?
Well, you know what's worse? I remember Alexis was such a goal trap. FA Cup against us. He scored. That's a sake.
At the Emirates.
What is going on?
You know, Andy Cole's from their academy who was incredible in the treble year.
See, that's what I'm saying. I need that.
Can I ask you one question? Recently, defensively, you guys have been leaking goals. What do you think that
it stems from David Raya?
Raya.
Whoa.
I think it stems from David Raya. I felt like with David Raya, especially last season, he wasn't stuck on his goal line the way. He was moving like David De Gea, more or less. He was stuck in his goal line. Usually, he's off his line quick. He pounces quick. Like midweek against Mateta, he was stuck on that goalpost, telling him, "The only way you're beating me is going in the corner." And Mateta said, "Idiot, give me that." Where I'm coming from. Like beginning of the season, he was unreal, but then the last month or two, he's not been crap, but he's had shaky moments a little bit. And another one that might come to a shock here. I don't think Saliba's been up to scratch to how we look at it.
Have we been leaking? Have we been honestly? You gave him a little bunny now.
I'm going to be honest.
Continue. Rising again. Look at his hands are, bro.
Continue.
No, it doesn't mean you guys have to save him.
Continue.
Do you want to save him?
Nah, continue.
I'm going to save Mazraoui as well. I'm going to save Mazraoui.
He wants him to swim. He's sick, bro. Regarding Saliba, I feel like on the ball and everything, he's been really good. But not defensively, I feel like there's lapse of concentration that's been missing a little bit, if that makes sense. It's not even the Palace game. There's been games previously before where he's let someone spin on him. He's let someone spin on him. He's made little tactical and little mistakes here and there. Obviously, he's rectified because we've got such a good back line. But the only people, in my opinion, that could hold their head up high is Gabriel, which I think he's been the better out of the two. I think Timber's been flawless.
I agree.
And obviously, the big credit as well to.
Is this your round of applause?
Yeah, no. You know what? I'm gonna give him the round of applause. Big respect to Miles Lewis-Skelly, man. I think the way he's come into this team.
Well, he doesn't play like an 18.
Bro,
Right?
as an 18, bro, he's been unreal, bro. I can't
How old
lie.
does he play like?
Huh?
How old does he play like?
We're like 19.
Yeah,
A whole year above his age.
I'm joking. I don't know what he said.
No,
after.
you're right. No,
he just doesn't play.
I
like
said,
an
how
18.
old do you think he plays like?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
He plays like he's 26, 27.
Yeah, no, he's unreal. Like, Maynard's got pictures of him in his wall.
Oh.
That's how good Miles Lewis-Skelly
You
is.
got me when Lewis Skelly scores in FA Cup finals and plays in Euro final. Fairs, man.
No, he'll get there, bro. He's 18.
Yeah.
He's 18.
How old is Maynard?
I don't know. He's
He did all this when he was 18.
You're right. You're right. His body's 30 though. I can tell you that. His body's 30 now.
You're doing body analysis now. What is that?
With him. No, Miles Lewis-Skelly, I felt like he was comfortable. He goes into challenges very well. He goes into duels very well. He's very composed on the ball. He's got great line breaking passes. He's confident.
I think that's a good applause to give to.
You can tell even he's played, like I said, he started this game. He started in the Champions League.
Confidence is there now.
Yeah, like he's had minutes and he's not wasted it. He's not been scared of the moment or whatever. He's not let certain situations bother him, like obviously against Liverpool where he came on and we conceded, but but he's bounced back. I feel like he's gotten very comfortable, and we know we've got a future star in our hands.
I think so too. I think it's
That's a good
definitely.
one.
I think that's a good one. Let's go to the final game of the PL roundup. Everton 0, Chelsea 0.
Alhamdulillah, it's the final game as well. I watched that 90 minutes. Chelsea Everton. Well, lad, my 90 minutes back.
Chelsea temporarily missed the chance to go top. Obviously before Liverpool played.
Obviously, before you land, I just want to say something. They weren't great at all. I was a bit as an Everton viewer. I looked at it. I was like,
as an Everton fan.
I was gonna say Everton fan, but as an Everton viewer, I looked at it and I went, "Oh, Neto, Jadon Sancho, Palmer, and Jackson." I said that this is the best attacking lineup. Didn't do much.
You know, it wasn't the best. I watched the first half before I watched Madrid, and then I rewatched the second half after the Madrid game. I think it was frustrating. From what
They've done a very good job.
Everton did well, but I think there's certain points of Chelsea. I think that game, certain players that didn't step up. I think the Nico Jackson had 2 chances in the first half. If that went in, the game would have changed completely. Yeah. But I think I see a lot of Chelsea fans online after the game. I've seen a lot of overreact and said, "Oh, we missed our moment. We missed our moment. Liverpool won." I mean, bro, last season on the pitch, this would have been a defeat. Mm-hmm. So you look at it as an upgrade. You look at it, listen, it's a step in progress. You guys are up doing better. That's 3 players I want to highlight negatively, and there's 3 players which I want to highlight positively. The one person which I want to talk about is Cole Palmer.
Jermaine Palmer.
I think Cole Palmer has got credit in the bank, and I think
rightfully so, deservedly as well.
He's deserved to have an KG game, a bad game every now and then. But I think certain times I do think Enzo Maresca look at him as undroppable. Whatever you do on the pitch, you still play 90 minutes. I think today's game, he had a bad game. He got double team, triple team. The focus was on him.
It was exactly what, I don't want to bring it back to Arsenal, but it's exactly what they did with Odegaard. That nullified him and took him out of the game.
What Enzo Maresca could have done is maybe replaced him. Again, he's got credit in the back. He might play 90 minutes every now and then. But today's game, he was non-existent. Yeah. And what he could have done is maybe brought a Joao Felix on. I don't understand why Joao Felix never came on. Yeah. That's the second person which I want to talk about is Enzo Maresca. I think this season he's been spot on in every decision he's made in game management. But I think this is the only game which I look to him and say, you made the wrong decisions. You took out Neto. For me, Neto was the brightest spark in that Chelsea attack. And you kept Sancho on, who wasn't good. Mm-hmm. Sancho, that wasn't the game for Sancho. Joao Felix could have been a player that you could have brought on to maybe change things around. Cucurella's absence was massive. It was massive, you can see. But I don't know why maybe Renato Vega never came on. Why are you insisting on playing Disasi? Where Disasi in the second half, 2 howlers could have resulted in a goal. But in terms of 2 people who deserves praise, one of them being Tosin, like massive display, and another person is who I've been criticizing whenever he's had a bad game. But credit goes. what was it? Credit is given to. Was that saying? Credit is given.
Just saying Arabic.
Saying
Arabic.
I'll put subtitles if you want.
No, you know what I mean by just saying Arabic.
We need subtitles anyways.
Remix the
saying. Just saying Arabic. Remix the saying. Credit where it deserves.
No, credit is due. Credit is due. Whatever it is, man.
Someone gets credit.
That's how you want to say it, fam. Oh, that's a bombing language, fam. But
language I want.
Credit high.
But Sanchez. Last game, I think Brentford had a very good game. Saved them.
Was this the Spanish Sanchez?
This is the Spanish Sanchez.
He's not Jamaican anymore.
This is the Sanchez who speaks Spanish.
This is El Fizz, by the way. Spanish football connoisseur said, "Me gusta, me llamo."
Comprende? You get me?
There we go.
But I think he made 2 crucial saves, and if it wasn't for him, I think Chelsea would have conceded. But bro, Chelsea should look at it as a. Listen,
it's a step in the right direction.
It's a step in 1 point is better than 0 points. And I think this point, could be a massive point at the end of the season. But just couple changes, couple plays maybe playing below average. Other than that, by the way, the pitch was bad as well. I mean, I'm not blaming the pitch.
No, but it's bad for both teams.
But the weather,
exactly.
The weather was bad.
Pitch, but listen,
the weather and the wind was bad at that game.
It was bad for both teams.
Let's be fair, Sean Dyche. He lives for it. The windy
I'm not blaming. I'm not.
Oh yeah, we're up for it today, boys.
Let's get a game on today.
No, I'm not giving Chelsea the benefit of doubt in terms of that. Yes. Where the pitch, because they both, like I said, they both were on the same pitch. But I felt like
it hindered them.
Not necessarily hindered them, but I felt like Everton adjusted way better than Chelsea did. I felt like Iliman and Dai was quality.
Oh, he's so good.
Quality.
I didn't watch the game today.
Yeah, no, bro. I can't lie.
I'm a big
bro,
fan
he
of
had the beating of the Sassy every single time.
Player,
and there was times where he created a big chance for Jack Harrison, where Robert Sanchez saved it. I felt like anything they tried to do to basically bring them forward or create anything, they was giving it to Ndiaye, if that makes sense.
But Chelsea had never. But you said it perfectly. They adapted to the condition of the weather, and from what I've seen, again, I'm not making an excuse of it, but from what I've seen, you know how when against Liverpool the game got suspended. Apparently, the weather condition of today was worse. Look, that's that. Hey, man, I'm getting. Listen, I just got external sources saying that to me. But in terms of
was external sources.
But in terms of
internal this time.
No, external. But they never regained control. You said it perfectly in the midfield. They adapted. Chelsea's midfield of Casado, Enzo, and Cole Palmer. They never adapted to the midfield.
They're not used to this.
They had no control whatsoever in that midfield, and that's why I'm saying bring someone that can maybe create. Like Joao Felix is one of them. I don't understand why he never came on. If not for Cole Palmer, which I wanted it, bring him for Sancho. Sancho didn't do nothing in the whole game. And why are you taking out Neto? I think Mark Gui should have come on instead of Nkunku after his hat trick against Shamrock. So maybe just the in-game management, in my opinion, was but I think it's cool. I think it's not.
But maybe Chelsea fans are now saying there's a point drop because they're like those are the Chelsea fans that want to be in this title.
But you know the funniest thing, watching that game, it wasn't even 3 points dropped for Chelsea. I felt like it was more 3 points dropped for Everton because I felt.
I think a draw is a fair.
No.
The same way. Hold on. Which chances are you is making you say that?
Iliman and Ndiaye, the chance where Tosin blocked it, and especially Jack Harrison right in front of goal.
Okay. I can say the same about Nico Jackson. Two chances in the first half. Nico Jackson should have scored that first time where the header, he should have scored it. The second chance, he should have scored it. So I don't think. I think it's just a point is what you said.
I think a point is a fair result.
Yeah, a point is yeah. I think
it's
a point.
fair from Chelsea fans. They're like those are the Chelsea fans that you probably heard them say. Listen, we're in this title race and we could have gone top of the league.
But for them, but by the time that be reasonable.
Huh? No, but they wanted that screenshot. They wanted the top of the league screenshot before the Liverpool Tottenham game.
Yeah, no. But Face, you got to look at it as well, especially as a Chelsea fan. Yeah, obviously, it reminds me a lot of the year that we bottled it, where we was on like 50 points, where we was not meant to be in a title race. Obviously, Liverpool having the game in hand, being that touch tight, where you're like, oh, like we're beating the small teams, we're doing well against the big sides. They've pushed themselves into the title race. Now, obviously, Sky and the media and everyone's going, oh, Arsenal slipped up. Man City have not been great. It looks like it's a 2-horse race. Now, Chelsea fans, not all of them, like you said, some of them are believing, going, you know what? We can sneakily, some way, win the league or compete at least compete for the title. So like you said, where they're dropping points to Everton, where realistically you're like, as a Chelsea fan, I'm like, bro, I finished 6th or whatever it was last year, 7th, and now we're 2nd going into Christmas. You'd be like, that's very good, but they're looking at it going, we could have been first, whatever. But
this point is a progress compared to what it was 2 years ago and last season. But like I said, on the Poch, this would have been defeat. Under Potter or Lampard or whoever before that would have been defeat. This is what Chelsea's making is a progress. So yes, I understand what you're saying in the sense of, yes, they could have finished first. They could have been first. That little screenshot. But at the same time, you look at it from the big scale things. Of course, the long term, this is it's not disappointing. It's nothing to be upset about. It is what it is.
They used to move on, which I respect them. They've won a lot of games like on the trot kind of thing. So they're probably looking at it going, we've walloped and beaten not small sides, teams they should beat, whether it's in the conference, whether it's in the Prem. So they're looking at Everton away going, you know what? It should be a game that we should win, like you said, realistically. And
maybe, yeah. But then Everton also frustrated Arsenal.
That's why I give credit. I give credit to Sean Dyche, the way he set up. Obviously,
your round of applause
for Sean Dyche.
I would give it to someone else. I
wouldn't give it to Sean Dyche.
Who would you suggest he should give it to?
I will give it to Sanchez. After all the criticism he's been getting over the past couple of weeks from a lot of Chelsea fans, I think what changed is when Maresca dropped him in the league game. I forgot which game it is. And he put Jørgensen in. He put Jørgensen, and I think that was a massive my brother, if you don't improve, you're out. And then the last couple of performances against Brentford, and now this game, I think he's done much, much better. And if it wasn't for Sanchez this game and against Brentford, to be fair, Chelsea would have lost. That today's game would have been lost if it wasn't for Sanchez. So if I would, of course, you're.
Yeah, going to very strong argument from yourself, brother. I do like the Robin Sanchez shout, but the thing about him is his hair's missing. So I can't really pick someone that way. His hair's gone. When I was watching the game, going, you know what? You've got money. You can go Turkey. I was like, you can go Turkey if you wanted. You could go Harley Street if you wanted to. I'm giving it to the boy Iliman Ndiaye, man. I feel like he was quality, man.
I love him, man.
Right,
but we're gonna finish off with the FPL segment. Just before we do, just quick Saka update as well. Saka is likely to be out for several weeks with an injury to his right hamstring. So
okay, that makes sense.
That's the latest reports right now.
It was a good run from him, guys. Yeah.
I tend to bring Amad Diallo to the cover, please.
Bring him and Rashford as well. So right now in the league, Ilias has gone up to 2nd now. So he's gone above Merce. Merce is 3rd now. It's crazy.
So Ilias is 1st.
Yeah, no, Abs is currently 1st. Well, Ilias is 1st. Yeah, you're right. I'm 4th right now. And let me scroll all the way.
No, you're 2nd, bro.
Why does my one say 4th?
You're 2nd.
My one doesn't update.
Where are you behind?
Right, because look, you got Abs and Merce there.
They don't count, bro. You're 2nd, bro.
Oh yeah, you're right. I like you, know. So okay. Could you do the maths? Where are you then? You're 7th, right?
Huh?
You're 7th.
I'm 5th.
You're 5th. Elias is 5th.
Actually, no, I am 7th.
You're rock bottom. You are rock bottom now.
Brother, I don't play the game.
Brother, I don't matter.
He's 3rd bottom.
Oh yes.
Because of Mercy. You're 3rd bottom, bro. You're still getting relegated, but
what about this one? Could you read out your team name?
No, my team name is Creaminations.
Okay, yeah. All right, fair enough. I don't know where you are. Liz will do the maps though. 11th.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm like United, bro. I'm like United, bro.
You're 9th. And let's go to the SDS Ultras League. Do you want to do this or do you want to?
I don't mind.
You go on for it. You could do it.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Faisal. That's number 1.
Yeah.
His name is Free Pogba. David Marco. TA Annihilation by Tom Warlow is number 2. Very boring name. Havertz, just by itself. His name is Haris H.
I like that.
He's 3rd. FC Gribas by Davidas Zulpa. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but
great name.
He's 4th. Idris. I feel like he's a Mali guy. I think Shaib's cousin. He's 5th. Idris Abdi. Then in 6th place is Ahmad, also known as Black Messi. So his name is Omiz. Nads Exai, Nadir Khan. I feel like you could have had a better name.
I like this one.
As Faisal says to everyone, or Leah says to everyone, not your average footer. Takunda Photo, that's his name.
Yeah.
What was it? Await the Hero. Await the Hero is his other name.
Number 9.
And 10th is Rice Baby, Wasim Ali, and then there's 40-year-old Virgil. That's 11th.
I don't know where he is though, but I never did the research before. That's the only one I messed up with because I don't know where he is. I'm scrolling down. I've seen that.
I've seen that guy. Look at that guy's name here.
Where?
That guy, number 112. Osama bin
Wherever you are, sir, Lalana Rhodes, you're still number 250. Yay, Lalana Rhodes. But thank you guys so much for watching this Premier League Roundup. We really appreciate it. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and let us know about your reaction to your team's results. And we'll see you very soon. Peace.